What is up, and welcome to another episode of Off the Rack, everybody. Oh boy, I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
Whoa. New York Comic Con is officially over.
It is.
What a weekend.
Yeah.
That starts on Thursday.
It does. It's the longest weekend of the year.
Yeah. And honestly, San Diego was a longer weekend for me because it started for me on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was sick as a dog for 2 weeks.
Yes, you were.
And it ended on, I actually came home on Sunday.
You did.
But as opposed to New York, where we were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's
well,
good.
and a lot less traveling than I had to do.
Yeah. I mean, if you add it all up, though.
That's true. Yeah.
It's still less.
It's still less. Yeah, if you add up all the walking we did in New York, and then you add it to the flight to San Diego.
Well, I was thinking the driving.
Even the driving.
And it was only bad that one night.
It was only bad the one night. And it was really only to get out.
Which is not normally how it goes.
Look, we know you don't care.
You don't care.
We know you don't care because you don't watch the New York Comic Con videos. So,
No, you
will
care
not
about
spend
us,
too
though.
much on it. But you do, yeah, exactly. And that's why it's always hard to make New York Comic Con videos for you guys, because we're like, what do you want? And even you guys don't know. It's funny. It's not that's not like a dig. I just mean nobody knows until they see it.
Yeah, and then they're like, that's not what I wanted.
Right. Well, they're like,
fair,
well, that's
because that's me too.
Yeah, it's so true. With so much online content, it's like you don't know. That's why TikTok exists. Because you're ever scrolling to the thing you want to see,
it's like,
not the thing that you're watching.
It's like the Costco samples.
Yeah.
You just try it.
Right.
You can walk away from it.
That's true.
I don't have to commit.
No.
To 100 pieces of whatever it is.
Exactly. Yeah. That you have to keep in the freezer, which of course there's no room. But so much happened at New York Comic Con. We are going to talk about the reveals and maybe some stories and tee up a couple of videos at the top of the hour. I do want to apologize to those who may have caught or tried to catch the Williamson conversation about his run on Iron Man coming up. The video is not up to the quality standards that I wanted. I thought it was good. I cleaned up the audio a little bit, maybe a little too aggressively, and it just didn't work. And I was like, I don't like this. I didn't want it out there. And
we were doing a video anyway.
Today. And I actually talked to Josh afterwards, and he was like, that's probably for the best. We'll do because it was only going to be like a 30-minute video, and maybe you caught it, but it's only 30 minutes, and we didn't really get a chance to get into the nitty gritty. And there's even more announcements that Josh had.
Ooh.
That are DC related that he also wanted to have in there. So it's like, we'll just do another video in the next couple of weeks, probably within the week or so.
Okay.
I'm hoping. I mean, I don't want to say it's going to happen this week because you never know. But yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm excited.
So really quick, before we get into the comics, we have to do some housekeeping. So, of course, as this is a live show, we do thank the folks who are watching the show live. If you are catching this for the first time, or if you're a Tuesday warrior, you're catching the show after the fact, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications so you know when we're going live, so you get that push.
And we know you're out there because we met some of you.
We met some of you who are like, I watch you on Tuesdays.
And we were like, that's freaking awesome.
That's awesome. You watch it all, but thank you for watching on Tuesdays. But listen, if you're watching the show on Monday and you're watching the show right now in the chat, I know there's more chatters right now than there are likes on the video. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't get back to you. No one's going to get the list of all the videos you've liked and then send them back to your loved ones and be like, look at all these videos they liked. No, just like the video. It helps us out. I don't know why. I don't know how. And honestly, I don't even know how the game is played anymore. It's just, YouTube is just ever evolving. But I would more say devolving. But, we're trying to keep the standards up. Also, with this show, it's sponsored by viewers like you. If you're watching the show live, you can sponsor today's show by using Super Chats. If you ask a question or comment in the Super Chats, we'll read it at the end of the show. It'll be part of the show forever, and we'll have a little rapport, you and I and she. It'll be a lot of fun.
And she.
That's me. Yes. She from Billy Tucci. No, I'm kidding.
I am the she.
The longest time, every time anybody said she, I'm like, she? Like, I? No. Incidentally, there was actually a really weird in-joke. This is very 90s. I was rereading a reprint of Gen 13.
Okay.
Which I have. DC made a reprint of it a while ago.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where a guy, I think the villain's name was Helmut, and he had a big helmet, and he attacked the team, and Grunge and Freefall go, holy shit, and Freefall says shit, but it just says SHI and then there's dashes. It's like the explosion interrupts the cursing, even though it was an image book and it showed so much gratuitous TNA. It's like, what's the S word? Like, how could that possibly be a problem?
Yeah.
But because they use their self censorship, and it said SHI. They put a huge asterisk next to it and said like she is trademark and copyright of Billy Tucci, like as like a joke, being like, oh, she's referencing she, the comic book character, not saying the S word. DC removed that asterisk and and annotation. They were like, no, she's just almost saying the S word. We're not making
no.
Legal said we're not making a
no.
little shout out, but that's, that was the crazy nature of comics back in the day. An unofficial crossover with the independent darling she. But where do you want to start? You want to start with comics? You want to start with like what we got at the show?
I think comics.
All right, let's do it. We read a whole bunch, but here's one. There's actually a video coming out.
I like how you said we read a whole bunch, and I was like, I did not. That's such a lie. Well, I didn't.
I read a few, but I'm only going to talk about a couple.
I read a few as well.
Yeah, but we don't have time to talk about everything. But you read Event Horizon Dark Descent #2. I didn't get a chance to read this issue, but we also, at the show, got to talk to artist Tristan Jones.
Yes.
At length. That episode will be coming out forthwith. And I'm excited to share it with you.
You say.
So... but the art is sick, and Tristan Jones is amazing, and it was a really fun conversation. You should check that out when it comes out. This
is Christian Ward, Tristan Jones on Event Horizon Dark Descent, a prequel to Event Horizon.
That's right.
And what I'm calling exactly what you wish Event Horizon was.
That's exactly right. I used to call it what you remember Event Horizon being, but that's not even true, because if you even have a vague recollection of Event Horizon, you go, I think it was cool. Wait, no.
Parts of it were
Parts of it are cool. This is all the parts are cool, which is the beauty of comic books, where it's like, where movies fail you, comic books will always deliver.
Exactly. What did you, by the way, how was your chat?
With Tristan?
Tristan, yeah.
Well, you were there. You filmed the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. But we were on the con floor. I literally could not hear. I was maybe 6 feet away from you.
Yes.
I couldn't hear anything. Yeah. I was carrying out a phone conversation with someone else from IDW.
That's right.
I had no idea what you guys were saying.
It was great. We talked about Event Horizon. We talked about art. We talked about aliens. We talked about like all kinds of cool stuff. We talked movies. Like it went all over the place. Tristan and I really had a great rapport and back and forth. And then we posed for a photo, which I guess I should have somewhere in my thing. I don't know if I even posted it, but we did a little picture with Tristan, and we had like a photo bomb because we were at the IDW booth, and there's like this, it's just, you're exposed. They carved a little area for a table and chairs, and then but anybody could like kind of interject themselves. And one such interloper did.
Yes.
That one absolute Batman creator, Scott Snyder.
I had no idea what was going on, because like you and Tristan are both very tall, and I somehow ended up in the middle of the photo, and so like I'm just like, I have no idea what's happening. There's just people. Yeah. And like I see like an arm essentially, and I'm like, what? But everyone's happy, so I'm like, okay, we're good. Yeah. I saw from our the producer of the whole enterprise like across the way, and he was having a good reaction, because like normally if someone's like photobombing, typically I'm like, okay, someone's making fun of me. But in this case, no. It was very nice. It was very nice. Anyway, Event Horizon Dark Descent. Seriously, I'm not just saying this because we interviewed Sal interviewed the artist behind this.
No, when we read the first issue, and it was like, this is sick and awesome.
Sick. And it just continues to be so. It is just it is terrifying, and it is like dour, and it is exactly what it should be. And things are already that was the brilliance of the first issue. It was like, here are the characters. Let's get to know them a little bit. Like, they're going obviously on a space venture. We kind of know where this is going to end for them. So there's no reason on like burying the lead too much. No. So like they definitely were like, let's show some she.
Let's show some she. Trademark copyright
in that issue, pretty early on. Yeah. And by the end, like it's like, this is what's coming, right?
She's hit the fan.
Yeah, this is like, we're in hell already, and it's like, it's insane looking, and I love the reactions of like the crew people that we've met. Like some of them, like, I don't remember who you are, and I'm like, it's fine,
right? Well, you're dead. It's a corpse.
It's talking. Okay, but like everyone's reaction is very different, and I was just like, everyone is so screwed, and like not just because you know where this is going, but it's just like when you see what is happening, you're like, there's just no way out. Yeah. And you're just watching this descent into madness. Right.
It's very Lovecraftian in its like execution, because I know that it was very much inspired by things like Into the Mouth of Madness and stuff. Do you feel that Do you feel that like nihilistic?
Oh, 1,000%.
Otherworldly, except it's literally hell, though. It's not like it's like a nebulous. Oh, I don't know what this is.
I don't know what's coming. No, I know exactly what it is, for sure. But I do.
Yeah,
I do love that, and there is something about it that like sometimes that just scratches an itch, right?
Yes.
Like it's funny. It's like, we talked about Absolute Martian Manhunter, and I'm like, it's too much for me right now to read, and then I'm like hyping this up.
Right.
It's because some of the others, like the Martian Manhunter stuff, is like stuff I don't want to think about in terms of actual humanity, and this is okay.
Yeah, because there's a difference between like people killing each other in an apartment building and a couple of astronauts going into hell,
and watching people be faced with hell and what their reaction to that would be.
Yes,
recognizing the fact that we are all not the Doomslayer.
Right. Yes, if any of us were faced with living in hell, it would not go our way.
Right. And like that is something for me that like really gets me. Just some folks are just like, I have this is my one job. I have to go do my job. If I do my job, then we can make this better. I just have to go do my job. And just being like, I can't help anybody else. Sorry, I can't help you. Like you who's like gouging your eyes out. Like I have to just
I can't focus on that right now.
I can't. I have to go do my job. And
so it's very much a contemporary story that's about like what it's like to live in today's society, where it's like, that really fell over. Okay, well, anyway, we're thinking mauve for the color scheme of this graph.
Right. No, it's great. Again, knowing where this is going is actually. I roll two different ways when I know where something's already headed. Where sometimes I'm just like, why are we bothering?
Yeah.
But like this one, I'm actually very thrilled about the journey because like I know where this is going, but I'm like, I can't wait to figure out how we got there.
Exactly.
Like how some of the characters got where they are, how the event horizon ends up where it is, how things don't go the way that maybe an antagonistic force in this book wants it to go.
Sure.
Like what is going to happen?
Yeah.
And there's definitely a couple of like, mainline characters. We're starting to like get to know their stories. One of them, like, there was a moment in this, I was like, oh my God. And it was like, that was honestly very real and very much like like every day there's an opportunity for this to happen to anyone.
Yeah. Like almost hitting a pigeon with your car.
Okay, sir. There's no need to there's no reason to put me on blast. There's no reason for that. I wasn't the one driving.
No, it's true.
The pigeon was fine. Although, screw that pigeon.
Yes. He broke the deal.
He broke the deal and he was fine, but I don't like him. I don't like that pigeon.
No.
No, that pigeon's alive.
Yeah, no, the pigeon made it.
The pigeon made it, much to my
surprise.
Yes. Yeah, seriously, is a great book. Perfect timing for October.
Yeah.
Very much like, listen, IDW's got a lot of great things coming out, just in general, but also just in their IDW Dark line. This one, pick it up for sure. Like, I think you're gonna like it. If you were like, I liked some of the concepts of Event Horizon. Someone mentioned in the chat, Dead Space.
Yes.
If you liked that, you're gonna like this book for sure. You don't have to know the characters. You don't really have to know the story of Dead Space, in my opinion. Go along for the ride.
Yeah.
And just know that it's going to be a rough
You don't
one.
need to know the story for Event Horizon.
Did I say Dead Space?
You said Dead Space.
Oh, well, I mean.
But you should play Dead Space.
You should probably play Dead Space. At least the first one.
You liked it.
I liked it. It scared me.
It didn't really, like, you were not, I was like, oh, I can't wait for Tiffany to become, like, obsessed with this. And like dress like the main character for Comic-Con. Isaac. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
But no, you were like, no.
You know what it was? Dead Space hit me at a time where it was like, my type of horror at the time was less I'm a first person shooter character, like, hero, heroine, and more of a like I'm an everyman in a situation. I mean, not that Isaac is necessarily like Marine, but like an everyman with a pipe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
So I think I've come around.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should try. I did try it again recently, but we were like, or a couple of years ago,
yeah,
we were doing it like just like hitting a couple of like, I'll play a couple hours of this. I'll play a couple hours of that. I never circled back around to it. And it might be something I just want to just do on my own.
And that stream actually is available on youtube.com at ComicPop Plays. All links for everything we refer to are the description below.
But it definitely, like, I remember, I think, actively screaming on that stream. Because like something like jump scared me. I hate jump scares though.
I know. You feel like it's cheating.
I do. I think it's
not scary.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But like if that's the only thing you got,
yeah,
that ain't it.
I
want existential dread.
I hear you.
I want it to haunt me.
Well, you'll get that in
Yes,
Event Horizon.
1,000%.
I just also want to give a quick shout out to like our outfits here today, because they are basically like, if there was a 5th day of Comic-Con, this is what we would have worn.
Oh, 1,000%.
This is exactly what, like, I put this on for like one of the days, my Max shirt, and then I thought, you know what? No, I'm gonna go just plain black tee. But this hoodie that I wore this 3 days out of the whole event.
Yes.
I am not a hoodie wearer normally, like an open hoodie. This is great. I am now an open hoodie wearer, so I'm gonna need more of these.
Okay.
I think we need to make a Comic-Pop one of these.
You were like not into hoodies, so nobody got you any of them.
I know.
So
but Ben got this for me.
Yeah.
When we went to the Metallica concert, and I'm grateful because I got to wear it and I looked stylish while roaming the con.
Yeah.
Though I did immediately disrobe upon entrance to the main floor because of how effing hot.
Yeah. No, and I would have worn wide leg, like pants like this, but it was raining. It was going to rain that day.
That's right.
So I chose not to do that because, and I was right.
You were right to do it
because there were massive puddles.
Yeah,
and I was like, my pants would have just been a sponge.
Yeah,
1,000%. A sponge.
Apropos of the desire for a ComicPop hoodie like the one that you are wearing, or the one that I'm wearing, which is not ComicPop affiliated but should be, we actually have ComicPop hats available in the ComicPop shop.
We do, and I didn't put mine on because, as I said to Sal, if I put it on, then it looks like I'm wearing my uniform.
Yeah, you would look like Garth in Wayne's World, shilling for Reebok. So yeah, if you're interested in a dope black ComicPop hat that looks like the logo that's there,
imagine this on a hat, kind of like this, but then not this,
but without the corduroy
and the ghost
and all that. But yeah, it's comicpopshop.com. We still have a few left, but. And we're running low on beanies. I think we're almost out.
Oh, okay.
So we did a limited run on everything, but yeah. And now that we're back, I should start shipping them like Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. I'll start shipping. The beanies are out. Everybody who bought a beanie, you got one. The hats, the caps, they're coming out Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, so switching things up because I thought, I wanted to get into more indies, but let's talk about this because of the news that came out of New York Comic Con.
Oh, yeah.
About
how do you even know I actually read this?
Because you put it in this.
I did. That's right, I did.
The folder. But yeah, the Ultimate Universe is dead and buried practically, which is what you want to do when you want sales to go up. Is to tell people that not to bother or invest in your universe. But this is a book where you've been championing this for 21 issues.
Yeah.
We never got Brian Hill on the show.
Nope.
And I think I don't know if it's been official. I saw rumors surrounding why the Ultimate Universe is ending.
Sure.
And some of those rumors indicated that Hickman was under contract for 2 years and he had no indication or desire to continue the universe. And so it's just regardless of what Marvel wanted to do with the Ultimate Universe, it was always going to end in 2 years. All these books you love are over.
So if that's the case, I don't understand why Marvel can't learn this lesson.
Yeah.
You just did this with him. You just did this with him.
But at least he was like, I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
And
they still, it's as though they're like, we'll see.
I guarantee if there's any truth to that rumor that I read on Reddit or something, then yes, that's exactly Marvel's attitude.
Yeah.
It's well, we'll see. We'll see if you.
Well, instead, here's what they should have done. Instead of just announcing that this was over, they should have announced what's next.
Absolutely. Like some other company did, which also in the same breath said, that's not ending either. And it's funny because your attitude's kind of switched around a little bit about this whole thing. Because you're like, if he wanted to end,
I don't care about that. I'm fine with it ending.
You are fine with it ending,
totally,
but you were a little sad.
Oh, I'm still sad.
But you were a little sad for the creator of Ultimate X-Men.
Oh my God, that was heartbreaking.
It was.
It was heartbreaking. I guess it was Friday night.
Yep.
Or was it Thursday? It was Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah. We were driving home, and I just pulled out my phone and I scrolled through Twitter.
I was driving, so you were able to do that.
Yes, I was not driving.
No, I'm just saying, you found yourself with a few minutes.
Oh yeah. So I was driving along, and there was this this tweet from Peach Momoko, and I was like, what is this all about? And so I went back and I tried to find the beginning of it, because I think she basically started with someone retweeted the end of the Ultimate Universe and said, like, I don't want to say goodbye to them.
Yeah.
And Peach retweeted or just tweeted, I'm sad too. And that made me sad. I was like, oh God, she's at New York Comic Con. What happened?
Yeah.
Famously because
of the Hazarai that took place a couple years ago with the speculators.
And then she wrote, drawing comics is really tough, but when it actually comes to an end, I feel empty. It feels like one milestone in my life is over. I mean, I'm drawing X-Men, right? I feel like I've done more than enough.
Yeah.
But like just her, she's not ready to say goodbye to these characters. And I don't know if it's more like it's less of, I don't think it's that she's like, I can't believe they're actually ending it, and more of like it's coming to an end. Like now, like when you're a year into it, you're like, I have all this time, and then when it's like a few months away,
you're like 3 issues away from it.
Yeah, it's like it hits hard.
Yeah,
and that just really like broke my heart, like that she had really just grown to love this world that she had created. Now everybody came out and supported her on this, of course, and like she's like thanks everybody, like like stick with me to the end. And I was like, I'm with you. I'm with you to the end, like girl, we ride at dawn, like I'm there. And that's the thing, right? It's if you read indies, you're used to this happening.
Of course.
A book ends.
Yes.
And it's sad and it hurts. And maybe you don't read that last issue right away. Like you just want
back before like the proliferation of franchises, like you make a movie that's just like just a movie and it's over. And when the director comes out and talks about it, they're like, it's over.
Yeah.
And it's sad that there's never going to be any more, but you know what? It's okay because you had that great experience.
Right. And that's what it is for me. So it's like on the business end of things, this doesn't make any sense.
It makes almost no sense.
On this is the story we set out to tell, and the things
like weird.
I have to applaud them.
It's like, weird that there's any integrity involved.
That's what it is. There's a part of me that is just like, you stuck to your guns on this one,
right?
And I'm legitimately impressed,
right? And they're like, well, if we didn't, Hickman would have sued us. Like, we were literally held to task for having integrity. He's like, I need you to be able to do this. There's no way that you're going to do it, so I have to like legally bind you. But like, I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying like that would be the only way to get Marvel,
right? And there is something to be said about letting things end on a high note,
big time.
Right? Because it's like we were talking to somebody during the con about the Kevin Smith,
Green Arrow, Daredevil,
yeah, and how like they had wished that there had been more pages.
Yes,
and I jokingly but seriously said, "Do you though?"
Right, like
because
what else could there have been?
I think Kevin, given a shorter amount of pages, had to cut out the stuff that maybe wouldn't have been as strong.
Yeah,
and so like what you got was distilled.
Yes, yeah, you only got what he really, really wanted to say. And it gave Kubert the opportunity to really sing, and so you have this thing that you'll always remember being awesome.
Yeah, it leaves you wanting more.
Let's hope,
right?
Let's hope that's the case with the Ultimate Universe.
And so it's like, yes, I'm sad. I'm sad that like Ultimate X-Men will end. I'm sad that Ultimate Spider-Man will end. I'm sad that Ultimate Black Panther will end. But like, I also know that I will have read 24 issues of Ultimate Black Panther.
You read a run
or whatever number we're going to get to on.
We're on 21.
Okay. But you know what I mean? Like I will have read this run and it'll be like a fantastic and bizarre entry point for me
to the character,
world. Yeah. And to Brian Hill's writing.
That's true.
I am very appreciative of this. And I got into it not knowing how long I didn't know.
No, we didn't know. None of us thought it was going to end, like at least not within 2 years.
Right.
Tell us what happened in Black Panther 21.
This is you can feel the end on its way, but like I'm trying not to meta read.
No,
like you know what I mean. It's easy to do that where it's just like we're clearly setting up the big final fight.
Yes,
like we have to get there, and it makes sense. You don't want to spin your wheels.
No,
we have to get there.
Well, you can't. With this kind of book, it's always been forward momentum.
Yes,
Black Panther AF, if you will.
Yeah. In this we are dealing with the Killmonger Okoye Shuri side of things, in which they've discovered that someone was the traitor within the royal family. We have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And question like, how much did this person know? Did they put certain pieces into place? Like, why do they do it? And it turns out seemingly, according to them, for the love of Wakanda.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Right. All in the service of Wakanda for those who couldn't see the truth.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And so like Killmonger goes on a little adventure to find like the remnants of a city beneath Wakanda. And it's like the flip side of Wakanda, like the dark vibranium versus vibranium. Like it's this whole like thing, right?
Okay.
And that like the fact is like there was always going to be a war.
Yeah.
And we didn't know who it was going to be between, but it's like here it is. And then we see like Black Panther show up, and like he's got the cape still on. Like he got like new powers, but he kept the old costume, like the old school looking costume, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like pieces are lining up, and I think we're gonna see like a big battle, and I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Great.
You know, we saw a little. I love the Dora Milaje. Yeah. Obviously, the movie really influenced me on that. I just think they're freaking dope.
Yeah.
And so like they play a role in this as well, and I'm like, yay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But just seeing like storylines starting to come together, and this is real. Okay. All right, you want to hear a really like interesting, very mature conversation between two characters that I was like, I don't know how anyone else took this, but I kind of loved it.
Okay.
In which Killmonger, we're back at the palace with T'Challa now, like post like the fight they had.
Mm-hmm.
They've met up. Obviously, the subject of where the hell is Aurora come up, right? And clearly, T'Challa decided like, I banged her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, I figured that was going to be a falling out between the two of them.
Yeah.
And Killmonger's just like, I don't know Aurora's choices.
Oh, cool.
He's like, I don't know her choices. He's like, in fact, I thought about sleeping with your wife.
Right, of course.
And T'Challa was like, I'm sorry, what?
Well,
he goes, come again?
Well, I do.
No, he's just like, no, it's cool. He's like, you two have a lot to work through.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's so funny.
Like Killmonger is so like mature about all of this.
Black Panther's like, I thought I was because I was being cool, but like, no.
Turns out,
if the tables were turned, I would kill you.
Yes.
That tells us a lot about me.
It's so like it's such a spectacular conversation. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's great.
But I am come again. I'm just saying, my guy, you have got some stuff to work out with your wife.
Also, you know, what the hell.
So really looking forward to the like conclusion of this storyline and seemingly this series. And like I said, like I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, like Brian Hill has like been consistent throughout. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing him stick this landing.
Yes.
So looking forward to it.
Exactly. Well, I read Absolute Batman number 13. This was, of course, the debut of the Absolute Catwoman, which is going to have her own series, or mini-series, I should say, written or co-written by Scott Snyder. But Scott's, I think, more the architect for Absolute Catwoman in this. But this is really where we see Selina, outside of being a kid and her interaction with Bruce. And it's very interesting. Like, there's a really fun interaction between Bruce and Alfred and Selina. And Alfred's like, again, like, Alfred is just such a, like, curmudgeon. He's so, like, set in his ways. He's like, she's got to go. She's got to get out of here. She's a problem. Like, she immediately shows up. She's like, I'm here to help. I'm here to, like, I heard about, like, what happened to you, and I'm here to help you. And he's like, and Alfred's like, no, you're not.
I mean, curmudgeon or red flag seer.
And Bruce is like, trust me, she's out of here. Hard cut. They slept together.
You talked to Killmonger?
Yeah, right? But there's actually an observation that they made where he's like, Helmut looks kind of party animalish. You know? But it's really funny because, like, this is what I would have expected from them because of how much breadcrumbing we've been doing with these two and how, like, they've been together since the beginning, like, since they were friends as children. But even, like, right before Batman, they were, like, looking for apartments together and stuff. Like, there's, like, they've never been with anybody else, practically. Like, that's how long they've been together. But yeah, now they're both animalistic vigilantes, and Batman reveals, like, I know about you. I know where you've been. I know what you've been doing. Like, I don't necessarily approve, but, like, I'm also not one to judge. So here we are. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Like,
not one to judge.
Well, because she's like a mercenary.
I'm just saying, like, he judged.
But, like, they, is that really what we want to talk about? And then they become cat and bat people and run out into the night and beat the shit out of people. And it's great. There's actually a full page splash, which is, again, like, it's a recreation of Frank Miller's Batman and Robin.
Oh, sure. Jumping.
Yeah. But it's Absolute Batman and Absolute Catwoman.
Right.
I loved it. Like, I don't love, and you might
usually are not a fan.
You might have seen our runaway successful episode of Absolute Batman on Back Issues, where I was, like, constantly being like, stop making these Dark Knight Returns references. But also, I understand why you're doing them in the first place.
Sure.
This is the first one where I was like, I kind of love that.
Okay.
And I think it's because, well, I don't really know why, but it was a beautiful image. And it's like, again, Dragot is just crushing it. This is just what he's born to draw this book. This is the pairing that you want when you pick up an Absolute Batman book. Things don't necessarily work out between Batman and Catwoman right away. after the initial, high has worn off.
Oh, sure.
But we find out that Batman has venom surging throughout him, and that if he has like an adrenal surge, he becomes bigger and he can be unstoppable. And both Catwoman and Alfred, or actually Catwoman's like, we got to get this out of you. And Batman's like, I need it in order to win. And Alfred's like, right on. Like, you need every advantage. Like what they did to you in Arkham. And so Catwoman's like, bye. So she's like in the book and then immediately walks out of the book.
She's like, I have to go read my own book.
Yeah, I got to go do my own book. But, and Alfred's like, good, let's go. No girls allowed.
He's like, I haven't been able to do anything.
No.
Also, I probably should have warned you.
Yeah. Well, I spent a whole issue thinking about what I would have done to warn you.
Instead of just warning
Instead of just saying out loud. But even then, Batman is an idiot. Like, Absolute Batman is a dumbass.
Yeah, but at least you could have a clear conscience.
Yeah. But now he can be indentured to work for him forever because he feels bad.
Like can Alfred. You cook?
Right. Can you cook? F no.
Okay.
But I can order.
I can make British food.
Yeah. Oh, great. I can't wait. Yum, yum. But
hey, listen, you love fish and chips.
Yeah. It's like a child could come up with that. But yeah, it's a great issue. I was like, oh, we're back, baby. It actually was really nice because I was like, oh, we're going to New York Comic Con. There's a new issue of Absolute Batman. I did a whole 2.5 hour long conversation where I both praised and also maligned Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the physical presence of Scott Snyder. I may be throttled. We'll see. But I was able to, unlike Alfred, have a clear conscience, be like, I love the latest issue.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely did. I was very critical of the last two, but like this one, I was like, yeah, now we're back. I don't know. It's a funny book. But I'm here for it.
I gotta know how to feel about things.
Yeah.
How to feel about things.
I don't know.
Okay.
So let's talk about this. This is a very important issue, a very important series, and a very important conversation.
Obviously, we're not going to be talking about like what happens in this book, especially in the wake of the last issue. Needless to say, we get to know a lot more about Etienne Lux, who is the character you see on the cover of this, and like a whole backstory. But we've done that before. Mm-hmm. Where we have like spotlight issues, but we're really not going to get too much into this. A spectacular issue, written by Kieran Gillen with art by Chris Wingard. Casper. Damn it! Every time. It's just whatever. That's my default name to put in places. When there's a C. Here's what I wanted to talk about in the back of this book. Hopefully, again, you're reading this. Loved this issue. Really had a great time reading it. This is the issue I read to reward myself for doing the rest of my reading. Yay for me. Love this book. The back of this has another essay by Kieran Gillen. And I just wanted to point out that in it, he talks a lot about making this and like this being the third volume, and then talks about how it really enjoys this arc a lot. That this this issue the response to issue 11 was a lot. This issue was quieter until it's not. Blah blah blah. Right, and then he goes, I think this is the best arc so far. Whatever we wanted to do with this book, we do it here. It is also a crucial arc. It's basically where we decide if we want to go further or wrap at 16.
Oh.
It's a good ending at 16, but clearly there's so much more we'd like to show, and it'll be a shame not to. Sales are fine, but there's the difference between fine and able to go for 30 issues.
Right.
And so what I wanted to say is if you've been thinking about picking up this book, grabbing the trades for this book, this is a crucial point for this book. So if this is something you were even thinking about, I would go and get that first volume just to test out the waters. Image books are, when they get put into the first volume, are very affordable.
Yes.
Those first volumes are always very affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were thinking about getting this book, this would be a crucial time for the book.
Yeah.
Just want to put it out there. Word of mouth helps. So if you are also a reader of this book and you have some friends who are thinking about getting into this book, encourage them to get the first volume.
Yeah.
Just to grab it. All right. So I just wanted to give a shout out there because this is a book I really, really care about. And I think people who read it get it.
Yeah.
And people who are thinking about reading it, I know you just don't have a chance. You don't have time or whatever. Or people who just maybe don't think this is for you. And I completely understand that. But if you have any interest in it at all, get the first volume. It speaks volumes to the publisher. So just want to throw that out there into the world. And also just I appreciate Gillen being very transparent about this.
Absolutely.
Because this is what we're talking about when we talk about sales.
Mm-hmm.
But that you know, at this point, I wouldn't expect you to be like, all right, everybody, go out there and quick pre-order issue 12. That'll make a difference.
Yeah.
Like it could,
no, it would.
But it wouldn't make sense for you as a reader. Like if you've never bought this book before, like that's not where you're going to start.
No, you have to start with one.
Right? Like, so like, I'm hopeful that like they would see an influx of volume purchasing and that could mean something as well.
I agree. And then finally, DCKO #1. We made a smart alecky video about the first bracket, and we were right about a few, even though we didn't actually mean the choices we're making. But yeah. What'd you think?
What did you think?
I think it's a mess.
So I don't think it's a mess.
I think the concept is fine, though it's these guys know what this is. Like they are so sure, and I've heard this explained to me many times. Like what DCKO is, what the reason for doing it is. I totally get that. When I sat down to read this, it all flew out of my head.
Yeah, okay. So I think this is like a little bit of a switcheroo.
It is 100% a switcheroo.
On us, where it was like, this is like to get you the ticket in was thinking about the brackets.
Well, okay, so you're right, but also I have assurances from on the inside that also they're doing that too. Like, no. I know that like the issue is kind of a surprise and it's not, but also we're going to do that.
So I think there's a way that they could still do that, but not at the same time, because when you look at the final, like I was like, there are people who are in the same bracket who are there.
Yeah.
Like it's not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a way that they could still do it. I think for a lot of people though, maybe this first issue was like,
I don't know if I didn't hear anything about what people's response was. I just have my own reaction to it, and where I was like, I don't know. Like, I thought time travel was involved in this issue.
Well, it was.
Okay, good. Because also, but I'm like, but also characters lose, but it seems like they lose in the future, and then we like do a time loop or something. Like
what?
That's how confusing this issue was to me.
No.
Like I thought there was a time loop in it.
No, there's no. I mean, no. There is. Okay.
Thought, like here's what I actually thought when I first read it. I thought that this issue showed you essentially the end result of the tournament, and then Superman got to go back in time and do it over again. That was the first reaction I had to this book.
Oh,
that's how effing weird this issue was.
Okay.
And then I was like, that's not in any way what happened. So I had to go back and reread it.
That is definitely not what happens.
It's very much like it feels like it's written by two different people.
I don't think so. Should we do like a what I think happens?
Yeah, please. Because I know it's not a time loop. I'm just saying that's how it looked to me.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let me like keep talking about it for a second while I get the.
Well, obviously, you know, a couple of upsets and surprises in this. But I genuinely thought that like the Batman of it was in the future. That like we got to that end.
Yeah.
And I was
okay.
like, oh.
Okay. All right. No. Okay. So the only time loop or time jump that there is in this is the opening to this is like we're showing you like this is what's to come. Cool.
Yeah.
Like we're teasing
Bruce Diana Clark playing.
No, that first like Batman or Superman like getting ready. Like, we're just like, you know,
with his
like we're doing with his things, and then we do a let's go back.
Yeah.
Like that's a let's go back, and we see them all having game night. Which, by the way, when they had game night, and there was like a text about game night, I was like, ha ha ha! Ethan set up game night for us.
That's right.
We have game night.
That's right.
So we're basically
like the Trinity with four of us.
So they're playing, but really, what this is to show you is Superman's philosophy on playing games, which is my philosophy.
Yeah.
I want to play games where
everyone wins.
where we play on a team together, and everyone else is like, "Can we just play a regular game?" I'm like, "No, I want to play a game where we work together."
Yeah, we all can win.
So we all want to be Batman, but apparently I'm Superman in this one.
But also, I love that like apparently Batman made the game.
Well, Matches Malone.
But apparently there's clues throughout this issue.
Yeah.
About things to come.
Yeah. There's all sorts of things like, and I love the fact that like all the Batman stuff is always like the tech stuff always helps you out and stuff like that. Okay, so anyway, we cut to like there's a big red light. Oh no, it's like crazy Darkseid.
It's King Omega Darkseid or whatever, and he's like wrecking everything.
And there he is. Whoa.
Yeah, and
he's everywhere, and it's real bad. And
why is he doing that?
And everybody dies.
Like Darkseid is like Darkseid's not the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Like, why is he just breaking buildings?
I mean, I think he's fighting people.
Is he?
Yeah.
It just looks like he's smashing stuff.
Well, I mean, like his beams are smashing stuff. He's just kind of standing there.
I know, it's just weird. Like, what are you doing? Like, what's your end game?
His end game's to get to the heart.
I know, but like, just go to it. Like, why you gotta be a big bad guy? Like, why you gotta be a kaiju?
Because you gotta stop the superheroes.
I know. It just was like,
and make everybody like, I
don't know. It was just like, it was weird
because like, looks cool.
Because I'm just like, I had flashbacks to New 52 when Darkseid's like, "Rah!" Like, I'm like, he's not Doomsday.
That because we mentioned the New 52 in this.
They did mention.
Anyway, and then we go to the time jump, which is
the tournament.
No, the time jump is when they go to talk to the quantum quorum.
Yes.
And so, like, everything we saw happened.
Right.
But then those guys go like, we used some of our power and we rolled it back 1 week. You've got we are reverse Samara from the ring. Except we're not, because you have 7 days, which then made me think that Annabelle thing should have just been Samara.
I think that would have been amazing.
Because I'm like, that fits within your 7 days.
Well, where's the IDW The Ring series?
Right? That's a manga. I think it already exists.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, and so essentially they're like, this happened.
Yes.
And everyone's there like,
Darkseid wrecked everything.
They're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then like Batman gets a text from like Lois that says like, don't forget game night.
Yeah.
And they're like, shit.
That's the other thing is like game night hasn't happened yet.
Right, because we're 7 days in the past now, right? Yeah. So we had the time jump, and we have, our group there, which was like people that like really strained Tiffany's ability to know who they were, like the World Forger and the Time Trapper.
Yeah.
Or
I'm more familiar with the Time Trapper because
I know the right side of this room of Grodd and Booster Gold. I'm like, hey guys, thank you for being my tether.
Well, and Grodd messed with time too in a Mark Waid event.
Right, but they're there.
Yeah.
Right. So they're
Man, they also like, I love that World Forger's become the Justice League projection screen. A World Forger, would you show us what we're talking about, please?
Put that up for, he's not. No, he's the IT department.
Well, because he used to. He's like, I used to make crises or something with my crisis anvil, but like now I'm just here.
Yeah.
That's right. World Forger.
Doing this. It's totally fine. It's all great.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's like, so we watched, like, we Doctor Stranged this from the movies.
Right.
We looked and saw we watched like 1,000 hours of this essentially, and it does not.
Yeah, doesn't work.
There's no way.
We can never beat them as ourselves, as on our own.
Yeah, like it's just it's not gonna happen. So here is our pitch. We're gonna
go into the heart.
We're gonna reboot you.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, that's right. That was their yes. They're like, okay, we're not. Yeah, we're just gonna make a crisis. We're gonna force a crisis to happen. We're gonna get rebooted. We're just gonna do it. We did it before. Yeah, I know.
And then that got like messed up. But we I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And they're like, I'm sorry.
We can't always have a crisis. We can't always
we
reboot.
Won't remember. And they're like,
probably
okay,
not.
Oh my God, we've had this conversation with you all so much time. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Exactly. Yeah, probably not.
And so that's when they explain that, like, they're like, okay, here's what's happening. All the rest of the planets in the universe focus on alpha is the energy of creation.
Yes.
So this alpha energy, and Earth is like the greatest creator of alpha energy, right? And then Apocalypse, though.
No, Darkseid.
Oh, Darkseid. Well, no, Apocalypse.
Oh, his planet feeds off
his heart is an infernal machine, and that feeds off of Omega energy, and explains that like all like Darkseid went and did the thing and blah blah blah, and then like that's why he looks different and does that.
Yes.
Anyway, now he has all like the universe he created is just feeding him constant Omega energy, thus creating the King Omega, right?
Yes.
And so now he's going to come on back, and in doing so, it will activate the heart on Earth, which is becoming an Omega heart, to receive him.
Yes.
And so the point of this whole thing is to trick the heart into thinking that the Omega it is that he has that's what I realized. That he has arrived.
Yeah.
And to trick it to believing that one of these people
is Darkseid.
Is Darkseid.
Yeah, exactly. I got that.
Should receive that.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So it's like that's what we're doing here, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm not just telling you, I'm telling
right,
we're talking about it overall, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm making sure that like I'm on the same page, you're on the same page, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like initially they don't talk about that.
No.
But, like, they talk about, like, this dark side, blah, blah, heart, blah, blah, blah. So then Batman's, like, immediately like, doesn't that mean that one of us could do that?
Right.
And they're like, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
That's what? No.
Why would we do that?
Like, it only is connected to dark side anyway.
Right.
Like, and then immediately one of them does, like, the trope where they explain exactly how you do it, where they're just like, you know, you need to restart it entirely with a blast of Omega energy. You don't have that. And Batman's like, but he does.
Right. Booster Gold is teaming with it.
He's got it.
Yeah.
And he's like, why do I do these things now? Why do I just tell people how to do the thing they want to do?
Yeah.
And so then they get World Forger.
Yes.
To show them.
Clang. Look at that.
Look at it. Ta-da. Yeah. Anyway, so they're going to do that, right? Except the problem is that it's like the person who's to receive that energy has to do so with a heart full of conquest.
Yes.
Like, you can't be doing it to save everybody.
No, you have to have been like, you have to have gone through a dope
awesome
battle royale
with only the idea of conquest in your heart.
Yes.
Which means that Superman should not go.
No.
Like, Superman, you can't go, man.
Yeah.
Anyone else can go. You can't go.
This is why characters like Joker and Superman won't win.
Right. So he can't go. But he's gonna have to go. Right? And you know, it's fine. Like, I love the idea though that like Diana uses the game and she's like, if we do this though, we all win. Like, that's the point, Clark. Is that someone has to do this.
Yeah.
And there has to be a big fight so they can see that person has conquest in their heart. Or there's like all these levels that you got to fight through or whatever, right? It's going to be whatever it is. Be awesome and cool and whoosh-ah. So they go to do that, but like part of it is that they have to take the villains off the table.
Well, because like, otherwise if they win, God forbid. So like they send out T-spheres to go collect or not.
Yeah, which I was just, you know, it's T-spheres.
Like, you could do that at any point.
I literally had that thought, but Mr. Terrific's like, I don't like this because it's not right.
Right, and it's like, but it is though, because like because Joker's killed 1 million people. But they go get everybody, and they put them in a pocket dimension.
Yeah, exactly. But Luthor obviously messes this all up for everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, you know,
and so they tell the world what they're going to do. They let them all know.
The world's like, what?
All the richest corporations are working together to build arcs.
Yep. And in this universe, though, those richest corporations are actually benevolent because they're like Cord Industries and Wayne Enterprises and stuff like that.
It's LexCorp, Wayne Enterprises, Queen Industries, and 10 others.
Yeah.
Which I was like, LexCorp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Lex isn't like a ruthless bad guy right now. Right. He has amnesia.
Yeah, but apparently not.
And they're working on it. He's still coming back. He's coming back to it, but he also wants to be better. I don't know. It's weird.
Anyway, so yeah, like they don't waste a lot of time, but there's like 7 days before Darkseid's gonna show up.
Yeah, he's coming.
And then like I think like day 4, they take for their families.
Yep, they're just gonna hang out.
They just go with their families, and like there's people everywhere like looking at them like.
But you are gonna like save us though, right?
Right,
it looks
like
you're just hanging out.
Yeah, what? And then everybody goes and like picks their stuff that they're gonna bring with them.
Yep. Batman gets his Justice Buster Volume 2 because it's Snyder and.
Yep, and one of them picks her God Killer armor, and you know, Cyborg gets his father box, and Clark grabs his
Dawn's Day knuckles.
Yeah, he doesn't call them that because Lois
has a problem with that.
But they have little suns in them.
Yeah.
So you know, cool, which are from universes that don't have people in them.
So it's okay.
Or life. They made sure of that, and off they go. And they basically just go into the
like arena
Skartaris Nexus, passes right to the center of the earth. And when they get there, there's like crazy Kirby looking guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, Superman shows up first, and they're like, well, hang on, we gotta wait for everybody else to get here. We can't just start with you, buddy. Hang on. So everybody like walks in like slow-mo.
Yep.
And you know, they're like, let's do this. Here we go. And like Billy's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
no.
And they go to start, and Billy yells Shazam, which he did before the fight began.
Yeah.
And so they killed him.
Right.
Killed him.
So he's out.
It's like a video game.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it has to be like. Initially, I actually thought that everybody was in their own version of this. And like, so Superman was just going through the motions of seeing everybody like go around him.
Yeah.
Everyone was like in their own.
No, and that's why I'm like, what? Like they're all in one room. They're just like, it's just
chaos.
It's pandemonium.
It's a gladiatorial event. Well, this is like a race.
Yeah.
It's just a race to
get but like that's
to the
That's
end.
so much more chaotic. It's like Batman could be like, blah, 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 like, as opposed to just fighting one person.
Exactly.
The brackets indicated. I thought it was going to be like
But the fighting's going to happen,
right?
Just in a different way.
Yes.
Right. This is a race.
It could be a pie eating contest.
Right.
We don't know.
Like, listen. No one ever complained about the chaos of Rainbow Road.
What are you talking about? Everyone complains about Rainbow Road.
But you know what you're getting into.
Like every time
you enter onto that road.
You
enter into the arena. It's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
But
So the point is only a certain number of them are going to get to go to the next realm, to the next ring.
Yes.
Right. And so like we have to let them do that. But we're watching, really, this is a book about Superman. We're watching Superman in terms of like, he's doing his thing, but then like, they're like, if you really watch him, what is he doing? He's really just fighting guys off so his friends can make it.
Right.
Because he can't help himself.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah. He's not playing the game.
He's not playing the game. I do like the fact that at one point, I can't remember who's on art for this.
Oh,
I have it somewhere. It is Javi Fernandez.
Yeah.
Turns the panels into a board game.
Yes.
Which I thought that was pretty genius. A lot of fun.
No, I agree.
Bringing it back around.
Yeah.
And we just see like a bunch of characters go through. One of which, here's the thing: we made that video about like our picks. We all voted for Batman. I knew Batman was going to make it.
Yeah.
Because I thought Snyder was going to meta us.
Right.
That you would assume he would make it, and therefore he wouldn't.
But
that was my actual thought on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Batman has to be taken off the table.
Right. Because otherwise he'll win.
To do something else.
Yes. Yeah. There's no way that Batman was defeated and he's just going to sit on the sidelines.
Well, no. I think there's going to be some version of them because clearly they're being like reproduced or whatever.
Well, and don't forget.
Or statuized.
Like this is like we're paralleling it with the board game, right?
Right.
Who designed the board game?
Yeah, I know.
So like Batman knows like a secret trap. You know what I mean?
Or like remember all the bat power-ups are worth a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be like Hunger Games. He can like send things in.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
He's like, I was never going to win. It was going to be Superman. Rather than see a cool fight between Batman and Superman, I'm just going to like do everything I can to mess with the game to allow Superman to win.
Right. Exactly. But we do see like, it's like, all right, like we see our like, these are the, 32? Yeah. Champions that made it through.
Yes.
And like, for example, King Shark and Aquaman, same bracket.
Yep.
I can't remember who else. There was another one that I was like, well, they're the same bracket as well. It was Giganta and Superman.
Yes.
I was like, they both made it through.
Right.
So it's like, we'll see them fight, I'm sure, in another way. But then everyone else's whose person didn't make it through, like Sapphire and Batman.
Yeah.
We see like these weird
like side
stone versions of the heroes who didn't make it.
Right.
So I'm going to guess they're going to be played out like tokens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you move your tokens on the board.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to see them come back in, and that's how we're going to get our bracket fighting.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, I think it's going to happen. But of course, there's going to be like a Threshold Guardian, which we know is going to be the Absolute Universe characters.
Right.
Which one of them, I'm just like, there's no way.
None of you will be able to beat her.
Well, none of you will be able to beat her for sure. But also, like, she's going to be like, the way she's written in her book.
Oh, yeah. She would be like, what?
She'd be like, okay, wait, hold on.
Oh, let's figure this out.
I want to give you an opportunity. Now, either she's going to be up against somebody who's really irrational.
Yeah.
And that's the only way this is going to work.
Right. It's her versus Joker.
Right. But if she ran into her counterpart, they'd be like, well, hang on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
No.
Okay. Everybody stop.
Everybody
stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's like there's like several shoes that are trying to pelt you in the head at the end of this issue. And the last one is just like, oh, and someone secretly is Darkseid. Like Darkseid is secretly one of these other players. Right. And then like they maybe show you who it is, but I'm like, that could also be him being like, it's not really that person.
Oh, you mean Booster?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, Booster's teaming with Omega Energy.
But like we see his panel and I'm like, that could be too obvious.
It feels like it's too obvious, but I also feel like everybody kind of thinks it's Darkseid. I don't know. I love the idea that Darkseid is also secretly playing the game. I don't know who he would pick or how he would indicate it. Booster's not playing. He's like the prize. Like he's going to give you the Omega Energy. So it's just,
No, he's not going to give you the Omega Energy. He used the Omega Energy.
Oh, okay.
He shot the Omega Energy into the heart to trick it into thinking that he was here.
Right.
And to allow this to happen.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting idea to to bring it all together.
So that is what is happening in this mess. What I think, at least based on what I read. I don't know if everybody else agrees with my
I think that is what happened. Definitely that all lines up with what I read
and where this is going. But to me, this wasn't as much of a mess.
It felt like and I appreciate the panel composition of making it look like a game board. For me, it was so chaotic.
Well, yeah,
I couldn't.
It's literally it's like the first few minutes of the Hunger Games.
Yeah, well,
like when they begin.
Yeah, exactly. When they'll just scamper. I'm down.
Okay.
It's not as like straightforward as I would have preferred, but I also am like, I understand. I also know that like it's not going to be just like here are the brackets, like here's the fights, because there's gonna be like side quests and additional things. Like there's Night Fight, which is just the Bat characters
and who they're fighting.
Yeah, each other. Like Bruce is gonna fight adult versions of the Robins, who are all Batman.
And that's why I was wondering if this isn't all like initially, like I was like, this is what Superman's seeing. And like, because the idea of him watching. Oh yeah, by the way, also the villains, I forgot to mention the villains arrive.
Like, yeah, they show up, they're like, oh, we're here too.
That's how Batman goes down, right?
Yeah,
which was like
he gets stabbed in the back, yeah.
Which was simultaneously the most
anticlimactic thing I've ever seen.
Well, no, I was like, this is in and completely out of character for the Joker.
Yeah. Like, why would Joker play this?
Like, he would just come. He should have just come for that and then left.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't you imagine him doing that and then being like,
no, I don't. Okay, well, I got Batman, but like, also, I guess he's like, well, I know I didn't kill him because of like the rules of this game. He just like went off the board. Like, I didn't actually get him. But also, like, Joker's not going to stab Batman in the back and then go like, I did it. I killed him.
Yeah.
Especially not Snyder's Joker.
Yeah, it's weird. That was weird. That was the weird one.
It is weird.
But I did like the other moment though between Lex and Superman.
Yeah.
Where like Superman notices like hit the smile on his face, in which he's just like, I actually really liked that moment where like he's stepping through the I don't know, the portal, the whatever it is. And he says like, you know, there's something in Lex's smile. It takes Clark a moment to realize that it's pity. It's a smile that says, go home and save a cat from a tree, but leave this to us.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so interesting. Like, he's just like, Lex is like, ironically, like, he's like, I know what we have to do, and I know I can do it, and I know you should be able to do it, but I don't think you can do it.
Yeah, in our fun video, when Ben was like, why is Lex Luthor here? I was like, Lex Luthor could also win.
Sure.
Like for me, I was like, Lex Luthor. I might vote for Lex Luthor because I need him to do this. And it's interesting to see Scott and Josh work on this together because I hate Scott's Lex and I love Josh's Lex.
Right.
And to see those two come together, like, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
To see that version, because that, like, I could see a Lex being like, all right, let's do this. And I could see Scott's Lex being like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's very interesting. In addition to this, we got an announcement in New York Comic Con that there are other players.
I just wanted to, like, just really quickly, like, when we're saying, like, if you look at the panel pages for the last page, they're very much indicating it's Booster.
Yes.
That is the dark side.
They want you to think it's
They want you to think that. I'm positing, because it was funny that, like, I was reading this today and you went to go do something and you're like, oh, by the way, because I hadn't even gotten to that page. It's like you forgot that it was in there.
No, I just wanted, I did forget it was in there, but I wanted you to like,
he's like, and by the way, someone in that group is Darkseid. And I was like maybe like I just met the group we're talking about. And I was just like, oh, you mean Booster? Okay.
Right. But I wanted you to be able to read the book. And because I know how observant you are, to like see maybe something that I didn't see. About,
right.
Like, well,
and it's like, it's so obviously him that I'm like, maybe it's not.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. There's like an orgy of evidence
that
says like it's Booster Gold, but I could also see Scott being like, it's Gorilla Grodd. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. No, but why would I? So
no, but it's very much seemingly is based on everything in the book.
Exactly.
Booster.
But yeah, not to be outdone, massive announcement about the DCKO and it's something that I would never have made. I would not have. I understand why they're doing this here because it is like a big fight. I don't understand. I would never have made the push to do this. You know what I mean? Like, if I were Scott and Josh, I would not be like, oh, and also this would be an opportunity for us to do an intercompany crossover. I think it's amazing that they did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's baffling. So what is that? Well, there are other players in DCKO that are coming to the fight.
Yep.
And as I understand it, it's going to be its own thing in February.
Yeah, like a bonus round. And so like if you are getting, because like when I was reading this, and maybe that's what it is too. Like not that you don't play your fair share of video games.
No, but I'm not a video game centric person.
Definitely play a lot more, especially things like Marvel Rivals, where it is chaotic.
Yeah.
Like there is just chaos occurring.
Yeah. I played Fortnite with all those other people, and it was like, it was just a nightmare.
Right. And it's just you know, it's just the thing that I weirdly enjoy sometimes, but it's like this like feels like it's a bonus. So if you're feeling like video game stuff from this, I think we're meant to think these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there's like this additional bonus round.
Yep. Where they're going to be like pulling in characters from other universes to siphon off their own Omega energy.
Yes.
Which includes characters like Sub-Zero.
Yes.
For Mortal Kombat.
Which out of all of them,
that like Mortal Kombat makes the most. If it was just a straight up Mortal Kombat crossover, I'd be like, right.
I was gonna say, because there's a whole video game.
Yeah, with Mortal Kombat versus the DC universe.
Yes.
Which is an amazing and underrated video game that was immediately like dismissed and thrown away. Like it might have been a game changer if Injustice didn't exist.
Sure. But it's like, so that exists. So it's like, I see that one. The next one that makes the most sense to me
is Homelander.
I'm like,
yeah,
sure.
Which is hilarious because Homelander used to be a DC character, and then DC got rid of him because of his like association with Superman, and so now he's coming back to the fold.
Right.
So but also good. You know what? I would love to see a full-page splash of Superman just backhanding Homelander and ending that conversation once and for all.
Right. The next one for me, I guess, would be Red Sonja.
I think like that's kind of fun, but also what?
Right. Yeah.
And then it's like, and how about
Vampirella?
Vampirella.
Okay.
I would not have immediately gone to that, but you know what? Neat.
There is one that makes the least sense to me, which I'm going to hold off on, but I don't think it's the same one. Because for me,
one makes more sense than the other because because they're a person, kind of.
No, okay. So I think Samantha
makes more sense than the doll. Than Annabelle the doll.
Yes, 1,000%.
Like, what? Like, just make it Chucky and be done with it.
That one for me, like everyone, I'm like, the bear was throwing a lot of people, I know, but I'm
Samantha the bear from the Beneath the Trees Nobody Sees. It's one of those baffling things I've ever seen.
Yes and no, because if you know that Scott worked
at IDW
with IDW's dungeon, or with what was it? What was it called? What was their overall thing?
Scotttober?
No. Dark Spaces
Dungeon.
I was like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. It's Dark Spaces Dungeon, right? With Dark Spaces, he was working there when Beneath the Trees, so he knows Patrick Horvath.
Yes.
Right. So it's like, this makes sense.
It does kind of make sense.
Freaking Annabelle?
No.
I'm sorry. I
also, like, by the way,
that's the one that I'm like, what?
I'm okay with this is ridiculous.
What?
I feel like if you're going to do this, there should have been another one. Like, in February, you do 2. You do this one, and you do another one with the Image characters. Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, Spawn, the Max. Like, everybody. You do the thing we never got. That was something that I was like, why not?
Yeah.
But Samantha the serial killing bear. Okay, let's go.
All right, so you got like, all right, I don't know if there's Mortal Kombat comics.
There have been.
Okay, so it's like most of these have been in comics.
Yeah.
Annabelle's owned by Warner Brothers.
Right.
But it's like, that's not enough for me.
No.
That's not...
It's just like
that one for me.
That feels like a personal favor for somebody.
Literally, or it's someone's favorite character.
Someone's like, I love Annabelle.
Horror movie. Like, that's what it is. Like, for some reason, that's the one that, like, the idea is out there and just supposed to be fun.
And it's done for fun, and I'm like, I appreciate it. In the spirit of fun, go
popcorn,
for it.
Total popcorn. The Annabelle thing, for some reason, cheapens it
completely.
And I don't know why. Annabelle being there is the thing that really bothers me.
You know why?
The more I've sat with this.
Yeah.
Because when it first came out, I was like, well, that has to be fake. And then I kept reading it. I was like, this is real.
When we saw that image leaked from the Jim Lee and Friends panel from New York Comic Con, I was like, what a joke. Like, what a weird joke that somebody made. No, it's real. Oh. Like, that, I was like, oh.
Well, I guess at least they picked Sub-Zero, not Scorpion. Because they'd all be done.
There's no escape from Scorpion. Which is actually a quote from the DC versus Mortal Kombat game. It's Ethan's favorite line from a Mortal Kombat game because he screams it like he's losing his mind. But yeah, Sub-Zero, I'm like, okay, fine. Beats Raiden because he's a god or something.
Right.
But,
like, are they going to fight each other? Like, is Sub-Zero going to have to fight Annabelle?
Right. Or are they going to fight like DC characters or something? I don't know. Now, did you hear about the other DC crossover?
No.
The intercompany crossover that's not DCKO related that's coming.
No, I didn't.
They decided they're going to cross over Swamp Thing with Something is Killing the Children.
I don't know how I feel about that, which is why I'm not having any reaction.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. That's coming soon.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay.
When I saw that announcement and I didn't hear your reaction, I was like, I'm going to put that in my pocket. I'm going to save it for our show.
I
like that. Thank you, Thanos. Swamp Thing is killing the children.
I'm gonna need to think on this one.
Yeah,
like for more than this show is going to allow me to do.
I so in the spirit of that, also apparently, we didn't get a chance to see the end of Peacemaker, but it ended on Thursday.
Yeah.
We're on episode 2, by the way. Rumor has it. When I say rumor, I mean official word from James Gunn that he asked Ryan Reynolds if Deadpool could be in it, and they couldn't make it work. But like
in Peacemaker,
so like, well, there's doorways to all
there's
their
doorways.
We're in such an interesting renaissance of crossovers right now.
Right? Like, I don't want them to stop.
Like, when it rains, it pours.
Yes.
Like, it's like, look, we got Batman Deadpool. Like, okay, cool. And don't forget, Vampirella is going to fight, like, Star Sapphire or something. Like, you know what? And look, there is a Vampirella Catwoman book that I have almost done on back issues once or twice.
Sure.
Until I read the damn thing and went, oh, we're not doing that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Ever.
Right.
But, like, these are the things. Like, there's a Ghost Batgirl book. Like Dark Horse's Ghost.
Yes.
Like, there's an Ash Azrael book. So, when the doors open.
Yeah, they open. They fly
people
free.
Moths see the light.
Interesting. Okay.
It's interesting.
So I assume that is because they clearly should have published Something is Killing the Children
through Vertigo. Yeah. Well, there's no way that Sixth wasn't a Vertigo pitch originally.
I don't know.
And that Tynan was like, if it's not Vertigo, then I don't want to do it with you.
Yeah.
I imagine also, like, just, I mean, Something's Killing the Children was such a boon for Boom. Like, it helped Boom Studios so much.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Like, then I assume there's some kind of reciprocity. I assume there was like that. It was a big payday for Jamestown the Fourth.
Yes.
But anyway.
Okay. I can't believe you did that to me on camera. Okay.
So yeah, those are the books. What's the book of the week?
Wait, we didn't talk about the big thing.
What do you mean? DCKO?
No, DC Next Level.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not doing that?
Yeah, that's not a book. That's the next topic.
Oh, we were talking about other things, so I thought we were.
Yeah, well, it's still in the same spirit of the fact that Annabelle's gonna fight like Guy Gardner or something.
Okay. What's the book of the week?
Yeah.
Power Fantasy.
Yeah.
Or Event Horizon. Power Fantasy, because they're both great.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, I kind of want to give it to Absolute Batman.
Perfect.
So there you go. All right, now big news coming out of DC. So like, in addition to like the other stuff, like,
I already had that window open. Just close this whole window that you have here. It's behind the other one.
Mm-hmm. So like, in addition to the fact that we're getting DCKO and we're getting an intercompany crossover with like Dynamite Entertainment and DC Comics, we're also getting, we're getting like this huge initiative that's coming from DC.
Yes.
That I think is worth discussion. These are the books from the new initiative coming from DC Comics called DC Next Level.
Yes.
Continuing the video game theming.
Yes.
We got these books, and we have creative teams around these books.
Yes.
But not all of them. We don't know all of them yet.
We have a list.
We have a list of creatives who are associated with these titles, but we don't know who all of them are going to be on, but we could probably guess. And I think we will. I think we've got to. The DC Next Level lineup includes Batwoman, Deathstroke, the Terminator, Firestorm, Shadow of the Bat, Barbara Gordon, Breakout, which is the only one that isn't a 90s original logo, the Demon, Lobo, and Zatanna. Yes. Again, all of them 90s logos. Also, weird synergy because when Marvel brought back or relaunched the X-Men line, all the titles were 90s logos. I used to associate logo changes or homages with like an initiative or some kind of like a story concept. But Marvel really broke my brain about that, where it's like, I think that they're just doing it for nostalgia factor. I think they're like, no, the audience will remember these books with these logos on them.
Yeah.
Which I think is horrible. I appreciate these because I love how graphically distinct they are. Like, I love these titles. Like, seeing Shadow of the Bat, like, just raised my spirits to a degree that I couldn't articulate.
Just
seeing Shadow of the Bat return.
I remember you like being a big Shadow of the Bat reader.
You weren't around when I was reading Shadow of the Bat.
Oh, excuse me.
It was a great idea. It's not Legends of the Dark Knight. It was a very different type of book.
Sure.
But yeah, I feel authorship over it because like I was around when it was invented. But yeah, the creative teams include Greg Rucka, Jorge Corona, Dennis Camp, Mariko Tamaki, James Harron, Scotty Young, Joshua Williamson, Jamal Campbell, Tony Fleece, Danny, and Jeff Lemire. Yeah, we know that Greg Rucka and Danny are working on Batwoman. Okay.
Yeah, I think we also
makes sense to me.
Have heard the Lobo team.
We've heard the Lobo team. The Lobo team is Scotty Young and Jorge Corona.
Which I was like, what?
Right.
I mean, I wasn't going to read it anyway, so
I wonder what Scotty Young is going to do. Like, is it going to be like big? Like, is it going to be like the little guys? Is it going to be mini Marvels, or is it going to be like?
It's got the like. I don't know. I think it's gonna be big.
I think it'll be big too, but I can't wait to see that.
I don't think it's gonna be little guys.
And the rest we can kind of extrapolate, right? Like, so, like you have a theory about this the Zatanna book.
Obviously, I see Jamal Campbell on the list. I assume he's taking Zatanna.
And I had heard from outside sources, not Joshua Williamson, that Josh loves Zatanna. So there was a theory that maybe Josh was going to take Zatanna, but that's not true.
Good.
Because we know Josh is getting a book that was not in this list, and it's Legion of Superheroes.
Oh, okay.
So that's right. We're bringing back Legion of Superheroes, and Joshua Williamson is going to be doing it.
Okay.
Which
it still gives me hope.
Which surprises me because he didn't tell me, but also doesn't surprise me in any way because he has been trying to get me to give a crap about Legion of Superheroes.
Sure.
For 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The rest,
we don't know.
We don't know.
Do
you have? Here's your theories.
I mean, listen. I think Campbell's perfect for Zatanna.
Yes. So, like, let's just assume Jamal Campbell's going to take that one.
I'm just going to put that there in my head. That's what's happening. Greg Rucka's already on Batwoman, but I could have also seen him do the Demon, but it's too late. Can't do that. I could see Tamaki on the Demon.
Yeah.
I could also see Tamaki on Shadow of the Bat or Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about.
I think Lemire is doing Barbara Gordon.
Oh, I didn't even see Jeff Lemire's on the list that I'm looking at. So that wasn't even on my.
Maybe I'm wrong. In any case,
I'm like, they're not on there.
I saw a list.
Just came up with that.
That's true.
You just came out with that. Yeah. You made that up.
I did make that up.
You're like, I'm just making up people. I'm just gonna. You're like, and Tom King writing. I'm like, he's not on the list.
Oh no, I'm wrong. Okay, here we go.
You got a better list?
Maybe.
You got an amazing list?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
I have no idea. But yeah, so let us know in the comments down below.
Who do you think?
Who do you think is on?
Are we all, those of us who read Jamal Campbell's Zatanna, are we all in the same boat that we're like, just
let Jamal do Zatanna?
Like, please.
I mean, yeah. Who's gonna do the demon?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Like I said, I don't know enough about the others' works for me to be like, oh, that would be a good fit, or like I could see them doing that,
or Deathstroke for that matter.
Right?
Awesome.
I mean, the Shadow of the Bat one, it'll be interesting because it's like I could see Tamaki doing it. I could also see Camp doing it.
Yeah,
as a larger name.
Yes.
Like between the two of them.
Dennis Camp has not actually written any Marvel or DC character in mainline continuity.
Interesting.
If Dennis Camp gets Shadow of the Bat,
yeah,
that'll be his first in continuity book.
Interesting.
And it would be a Bat book,
right?
Which would be a hell of a thing,
right? And I'm not saying that the other names aren't like good writers or bigger. I'm just thinking of the names that are jumping out at me on this list that we don't already have an attachment with.
Yeah,
that are larger.
Yeah,
you think they might be leaning towards putting them on a Bat title.
Well, absolutely.
But you never know because it could just be like Dennis can't be like I'm a huge fan of the Demon. And I want to write a Demon book.
I will tell you, I know
could do a lot about like with that.
I know creators who would ask for a Demon book.
Yeah.
I also I love that logo. It's just so great. Okay. Like that's what I think of when I think of Lobo. Sure. And every time they do anything else, I'm like, what are you doing? You already hit gold. Leave it alone. And in fact, some of these are pretty great. This is also just factoring into my whole thing about like how I'm like, I love this like really graphic look. Like, look at the Demon. Look at that lettering.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so great.
It's very
Firestorm looks like a book from 1985, but like the rest of them are pretty great.
Sure.
Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. I don't care. But yeah, I'm so hyped for the fact that like, good for you guys. Like, we're doing this. You're riding high. All you had to do was go like, absolute. Let's think. Absolute Blue Beetle. And just you're welcome. 3 issues, but like no. Like, we did this.
Yeah.
We're doing this. What's next? This. And we have plans. Meanwhile, Marvel was like, well, with that video game, the thing.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, the King in Black. We don't have to pay Donny Cates for that. So let's just Queen in Black it.
I literally I was like, you told me that. I was like, oh, that was they. Yeah, I played that.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Right, but someone else is going to write it, and it'll be completely different because then they'll have never played the video game. And we have no plan, and we have no rudder, and we're completely hopeless and adrift in the ocean.
I mean, that said, we're getting another Moon Knight. So.
But you get a new but hey, well, Moon Knight sells consistently well, so how about a 5th relaunch?
So like for me, I'm like, stay the course.
Right. Like keep it up, Jeff or Jed. Keep it up,
Jed,
man.
Just keep doing it, my
guy.
guy.
By the way, we didn't get a chance to actually talk to Jed MacKay.
I can't believe
I wanted to say this in case Jed MacKay ever catches wind. You have 2 Moon Knights right now running around. Perfect time for a Moon Hunter to come back.
No, don't listen to Sal.
Zach Moon Hunter, make him Moon Hunter again.
Don't.
This time he hunts Moon Knights.
That doesn't make any sense.
Moon Knight Hunter.
Why would he do that? He'd have a very short career.
Because Jed MacKay would have remembered him.
That doesn't. No, you have to have a story.
There's a story there. Hang on. Give me a minute.
Okay, I will absolutely have to just vamp for you while you're.
No, I'm not really going to pitch it. Okay, look, I'm not getting paid for this. This is what I get paid for, not for coming up with good ideas for Jed MacKay.
Well, you'd have to come up with a good idea for Jed MacKay.
Well, you would love it.
I would not.
If Jed did it, you'd be like, oh boy.
No, I would not.
And
I'd be mad.
How about this? You know what? Okay, I got you. Ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Moon Hunter turns into a werewolf.
No.
And he hunts Moon Knights.
No.
And he's an instrument.
Listen, if there's one thing I'd like to see, it would be that Elsa Bloodstone make a drop in to the Moon Knight crew.
Absolutely. That would only improve it, but
it would be a real problem for her to be like,
you got to bring back Starwolf.
Stop with this. No.
Lord of Wolves.
We don't need the Lord of Wolves.
I mean, don't we though?
Okay, so I will say, considering the fact that Moon Knight came from a Werewolf by Night book, Jed MacKay should probably do something werewolf themed at some point. But then you get into underworld territory because you already got
vampires.
Yeah.
But isn't that awesome? Doesn't that sell itself?
No, it does not.
You get Dracula in there.
They already did that.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, just a soft pitch here. You know, you feel free to go with it.
No.
Anyway, congratulations to DC on winning New York Comic Con this year because Marvel just was like, we have a trailer for Wonder Man. You want to watch the Wonder Man show?
Okay, hang on.
I'm out on all your shows. I'm not watching any of them.
There's no winning, no losing. You know, we were more excited about some of the DC comic announcements. Admittedly speaking, it was a lot easier to find the Marvel booth.
Yes.
Than to find the DC booth.
Well, that's because DC
was, if you were at New York Comic Con this year and you missed the DC booth, it's because they put Baby in the corner.
Yeah.
They were literally the last booth in the back corner of New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
And if you missed it, they had a big Lego Batmobile.
Yeah, they did.
And around the back, if you had a chance, while maybe you're waiting for a signature or whatever, they had the Superman lifting a car.
Yeah.
Like cover that you could go stand in and do yourself.
Yeah.
Too. And at the Marvel booth, they made it look like New York streets.
They made it look like the roof.
Rooftop, but they also had like the street level stuff with like the vendors and stuff.
Oh,
and if you looked in the like skylights there were characters, and one of them was Jeff. And so like admittedly, I was very taken by that.
It was a great, like the Marvel booth was great.
And the Marvel booth made me realize that New York Comic-Con and New York itself should actually really care about Marvel.
Yeah.
Because it's their guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I was just thinking about it.
DC
No.
bailed.
I don't even mean that. The characters live in New York City.
I know. Yeah. They could really like lean into it big time.
Right. Like I just think that was interesting. I'm like, and you don't always feel that necessarily.
No. No, I know.
But yeah, like that said, they weren't the only obviously big announcements or like just announcements just in general. Like Sal did a panel for
I did. I moderated a panel.
But you moderated a panel for IDW Ninja Turtles, which was to a packed room.
I am eternally grateful to IDW for giving me the opportunity to try it. I appreciate them taking a chance on me to stumble and fumble through my way of introducing some amazing panelists and have some fun. They
were very good panelists, but honestly, like it was really great to see the room that they were in. There was like standing room only in certain sections of it,
and not because of us, just because of the love.
And the people who were there, like people in the front row. I heard a girl who was like, "I came here for this."
Yeah, like they came they bought a ticket to go to New York Comic Con to be on that panel.
Fans of Turtles, it was heartwarming.
Yes,
like all ages. All like just people coming from like that's what I thought was so taken by. I think was the fact that it was just a group of people who come together regardless of what their entry point was for Turtles, because they love Turtles,
because they love the product,
right? Instead of like arguing about which was the best one or whatever, they just were like, we love Turtles and I want to be here for that. And I was like, that was freaking dope.
I had some great coaching and suggestions, and like there was the essentially the headline was like, involve the entire panelists, get them to talk about the comic books, and make it much less about like, so you're working on a book, talk for 10 minutes. It's more like, introduce the book, sell us on your idea. Let's all talk about some aspect that comes from it. And I think it was a much more engaging panel as a result. And
it was great.
Made everybody look good.
It was really fun. That's what it was. It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was informative.
And green. And that crowd was just green all the way through. It was adorable.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I thought about doing a thing. I was gonna write down like all these different like shell and turtle puns and just work them into conversation. And I was like, nah, they're all gonna hate me because I'm there. They don't need to hate me because of my puns. I was like, nah, I don't need to do that. I was like, oh, it'll be a shell of a good time. No. But it was fun. Yeah, exactly.
You always should do that.
Yeah, I know. But it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Again, big thanks.
But honestly, like if you are at like. There's some really good like exciting things that I learned about that from there, because we always talk about like the main book and like maybe some of the adult stuff. I didn't realize they were doing things that were more geared towards like either like all ages. Like I didn't even I didn't realize that.
And they're doing their own. They're doing their own like big fight. Like they're doing their own DCKO Battle Nexus.
Yeah.
There's Saturday Morning Adventures.
But like I didn't know anything about that, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Well, but you did know about Casey Jones and Shredder because we had creative teams.
No,
come
I
on
did.
This show
I knew about that, but like just the other side of it, where it wasn't just like the like stuff that maybe it's for like you know,
grittier like Turtles
teen and up type of
fan.
like audience, that like there's like there's stuff for like families to enjoy as well. So I was like, that's really cool.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm not here to like shell for Turtles, but I did want to bring that up because you did moderate that panel, and I was just so taken by the energy in that room.
It's true. That was a great show to be at.
Yeah.
Big thanks, especially to the people who came to our meetups and or stopped us and saw us at the show itself. That is like a big part of the convention experience, is just getting to meet members of the audience, because it's so rare, because we do our thing online, and you know, we do this here, right? I'm talking to you now. Especially if you're catching the show live, which you should always do, and make sure to, you know, subscribe to the channel, click bell for notifications, so you know when we're going live, so you can be part of the whole thing. But when we go to the show, it's like it's so cool to like get to bump into people and have people go like, hey, like, normally you're on my phone, but now you're right there.
Yes. Like, seriously, thank you to everybody who's just said hello.
Yeah, just said hello, or shared an anecdote about like where you started with this with this whole enterprise.
Or like even just what you're reading or what you were excited to see at the show, or like, you know, just to do that. It takes a lot.
Yeah, to put yourself out there, or at the very least, like,
and like share
talk
something
to a
about
person you don't know.
Yeah, or like you know, but like you're like, oh my gosh, I've never met you in person.
Yeah, but always do that. Like, always feel emboldened to do that, especially at a convention, because it's like that's what we're like. Not that that's why we're there, but like, you know, if not then when?
Yeah.
You know?
So we appreciate you all. So thank you so much for showing us that love. It was very flattering. We were underprepared on Saturday.
We were underprepared
in terms of time.
Yes.
We apologize to anyone who was in that line if it felt like we were a little
like nervous. It was only because I needed to do. We had work. I had to do an interview.
There was an interview
scheduled specifically. I carved out an hour.
Yes.
Where I was like, this is plenty of time, especially with like the previous ones, like, because I tried to do one every day except for Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it worked out great. We were like, we were in and out, like, you know, the amount of people got to chat with us at that time. But Saturday there was an overwhelming,
and it was very nice, and thank you so much for that. But I appreciate you also understanding, and hopefully like you still didn't feel like we don't want anyone to feel like we were getting a brush off or anything like that. We appreciate there was one person right at the back of the line. Thank you so much for your willingness.
You waited after everybody
else. You waited after everybody else, and we
were late to the thing, so we were like, come with us. Yes. And we just like walked and talked and went like upstairs through the thing, and it was the whole thing.
Very much appreciate everyone's flexibility as well.
It's true.
Very kind.
So
very,
thank you
kind.
For that. You know, New York Comic Con wants to give us a panel that would make things a lot easier.
Oh, whatever. This worked out really nicely, and that the meetup area was very cool.
Thank you for saying that, because I was like, I looked at the map and I was like,
it really worked
and having the years that we've been going, you know, they created that annex, and I was like, I think if we go there, it actually won't be a problem.
Yeah.
And I was right. And so like, yeah, we're going to do that from now on. That'll be the area.
Yeah.
And actually it's great because like on the map, it says fan meetups. And I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
So it worked out great.
No, it really worked out well. And, you know, thanks to everybody who also went to the Turtles panel and said hi to us there too. I apologize. I was literally standing between two garbage cans. Because I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll put my crap over here. No one's here to see us.
No.
Like that was my brain. And I'm like, I'm just doing what I needed to do here.
You recorded the panel.
And I'm literally like just in garbage. And I'm like, hi. This is my natural environment. It's fine.
Yes, because I'm a raccoon.
I am.
But
I'm
yeah,
a
man,
trash person.
We really appreciate it. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, seriously, it was amazing. And again, thank you to anybody who said hello just on the floor in general.
Yeah, anytime, like every time.
There was two people that we saw. It was I believe a father and son.
Yes.
We saw them like both days. Don't know how we kept like running into them.
Yeah.
Sorry if it sounded like we were like following.
It was
we just kept running into, but one of them. The son they both were dressed up. They look great.
Well, if you go to Instagram.com/ComicPop official, you'll see an image like on like day 3, I think.
That freaking Cosmic Ghost Rider outfit.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, not only was it so good, but it was also recognized by the panelists. I think it won.
Yes. It was
an award.
So good.
So incredible.
And like literally it was like something where I was like, look at that.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you want to get a picture? And you're like, I do.
I do want a picture.
So we went over to the side. We're like, we get a picture. And there was like a couple steps we had to do to make that happen.
Yeah.
And then it turns out
that he watches the show.
Right.
And so we were like, holy crap, thank you.
Yeah, but like there were lights to be plugged in. There were things to be turned on, and it was all worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, every step was like just added to the.
Yes. And thank you for trusting us to help you unplug you and stuff like that. Cause I was like so nervous to do that. But I was like, I need you to
plug me in here and here. And like there's USBs.
Oh my gosh.
It was so cool. It was cool to be part of it too.
But it was also spectacular. I'm so freaking impressed by cosplayers in general.
No,
but
totally.
To see that
we had a few cosplayers come by, and it was so cool to see everybody in their suits.
We definitely saw a bunch of different cosplayers. We saw a bunch of Spider-Men of varying dress.
Yes, states of dress,
which is like so truly Spider-Man.
Yes.
We saw Cosmic Ghost Rider. We saw some
Gambit.
Oh, Gambit. Forgive me if I forget anybody, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Because there was just a bunch of
people. It was a lot.
There was a person who was like, you look like Clark Kent.
Right.
But you're not even dressed up like it.
Nope.
But you could be.
But you could be.
I think we saw a Jin Kazama as well from Tekken.
Right.
Too. Just so many things.
So great.
Ugh.
Yep. And of course, a huge thanks to to you guys, to Tiffany and to Danielle and Ben and Ethan for like coming by and helping out and just participating when you could. You the whole time, so thank you so much for that, for everything you do always. But yeah, it was great to be. It's such a fun experience. It's something that I just like, whether we're going to a pumpkin patch or we're going to dinner or we're going to a convention. Like these are the things that I like, that I live for. And so thank you, for making that such a memorable and coveted time in my life. So yeah, jumping into some super chats, I guess, and then we'll do books that we recommend.
Oh yeah, we should definitely do those things.
So let's jump into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into it at this moment.
Yeah,
it's been jumped. I've jumped.
Okay.
The jumping has occurred.
Jumping.
Oh, this is dead now. I don't have to keep this plugged in anymore.
Oh, great. Terrific. Here we go.
I've done it.
You've done it.
I did it.
Cat Lawyer will defend for treats says, I hope DCKO gets turned into the next DC fighting game. I just want a good Superman in a game. Let him be the Ryu of DC. The news already feels like DLC. I actually kind of agree.
Yeah.
And by the way, I just want to say, you're going to do a big DC event where they're fighting. You're going to have a bunch of characters from other universes and stuff. Where are the Ninja Turtles?
Should have gotten at least the last Ronin in there.
Yes. Oh my God. That would have been awesome.
I guess it would be Shredder.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Or somebody to get a
Krang, man.
Freaking Krang. Am I missing some?
I think I am. Yeah, I'm missing one. That one went away.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't know where that went.
Oh, I'll just read it.
All right.
John Cotta says, hey guys, hope you had a great New York Comic-Con. Totally random question. Sal, you've become a billionaire and purchased both Marvel and DC. What's more profitable? Keep the universes separate with a crossover every few years, or merge them?
Yeah, I don't know what's more the thing about like profitability is like it's not necessarily conducive with creativity, and making a decision like, do we merge the universes or not? You don't make that decision based on how much money you're going to make. That being said, I admired the Shooter decision where it's like we're going to keep them separate, and then like I would off the top of my head, because I don't normally think about this because people get mad at me for thinking about it too much, but like I think that like it would probably behoove you to keep them separate for a time, and treat it kind of like, like almost like Wildstorm or something, like other universes. But the the first thing I would definitively do is rebuild the source wall and say the source wall is what keeps Marvel and DC separate. Like that's just first order business. It's just like we're establishing firmly that like, Galactus built the source wall or something.
Sure.
It is, and that there's a reason, there's a separation.
Okay.
And that like something happened, and now I'm like, something happens every time Marvel and DC meet that they don't know.
Okay.
Like something happens multiversally.
Okay.
That like and that's why the wall exists, and that when Perpetua broke the wall, that's what happened.
Okay.
And then you make a story that's almost like a crisis where you merge them. But I don't know if it works. I don't know. I think Marvel and DC are so like DC is a quilt. It's made up of a bunch of multiverses already.
Yeah. Like
Superman and Batman were not in the same universe when they were first invented. Wonder Woman was not part of their universe. Like they all are their own individual characters that are all forced into each other's universes, whereas Marvel is much more cohesive. Marvel, you can blame it on like 3 people. Most of Marvel on 3 people. DC, huge amount of people and all different influences and ideas. So honestly, like upon consideration, I would say I would keep them separate for a long time, but I would have crossovers a lot more. Like I would have an ongoing thing, maybe like I would do my thing where it's like there'd be a Batman Spider-Man crossover, like a monthly series from like one creative team, and then that creative team would shift, but it'd be and switch it up.
I would keep them separate, but I would do the crossovers actually like they're doing them now.
Yeah.
There's like one main story and you get a bunch of creators on them.
Yeah.
And just put them out
That's
every 6 months, maybe.
Yeah. My Webs and Wings book would be like very much like that would be the mainline thing where it's like that's the only thing we're due for a regular amount of time.
Yeah.
The anthologies are where you can like really play with it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like it's unexpected. Like you will not see Batman in in your yearly or biannually like crossover.
Yeah.
Because that's the opportunity for like someone else to get a shot. And more likely, we'd treat it similarly to the way that like Marvel and DC treat other crossovers, where it's like one helps the other,
So what I would consider doing though would be, like you said, like there'd be like a book. You make one where it's like an Ultimate Universe, Absolute Universe.
Yes.
Where it's like it's over there.
Yeah.
But it's not just the crossovers. Like I was thinking it was actually more like an Exiles meets like Teen Titans type of book where it's just a group outside of time.
Yeah.
That either can't get back into it.
Yeah. I like the idea of there being like a team made up of both universes who are in the multiverse.
Yeah.
That's a great pitch.
And they're like trapped there.
Yeah. And they can't get back. And yeah. I also might
maybe
consider...
they pop into like other multiverses so they can mess around with like events that we know.
Right. That'd be great. Yeah.
I don't know.
I love it. Let's see here. Arduit. That's a different one. Nope, that's
CPop Woo.
That's a different one than this one. Is this caught up? Like, what am I reading?
You're reading the one below that, I think.
Okay.
So Arduit has a few here, so we're gonna...
so we're just gonna read them all.
Yep.
CPop Woo, hope y'all are well. Not stoked with the first DCKO bracket getting spoiled, and not sure on the crossovers with other slop, but optimistic. Caught up on some of the older books this week. Snyder Bats is great, but Morrison Crow Inc. that you need for it is something. Divorce bad, I guess. Also, read TK Strange Adventures. It might be the most bleak TK story for me, especially with current events. Fantastic but bleak. Lastly, Tiffany, have you watched Over the Garden Wall? If so, thoughts? If not, highly recommend. It's right up your alley. Peace, y'all.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, Strange Adventures is great. It's gorgeous, and I agree that it's bleak. I get, I've read bleaker books. Certainly, Rorschach is more bleak than Strange Adventures. Yeah, I like Snyder's Bats as well.
Yes, I've seen Over the Garden Wall, and I do like it. I do want to rewatch it. I know I tried to watch it with you for a little bit. It's more my thing, I think.
Yeah, it is much more your thing.
Yeah, music in that is spectacular, and it's like a truly animated thing, so it's beautiful.
Yeah. See, this is just completely out of order.
Oh no, I guess mine's out of order. Maybe. I don't know. It's all over the place. Thanks, YouTube. Maybe it's me. Eek. I'm sorry, guys.
I don't see why.
Here, I'll work on this.
I'll just read these. Let's see here. Matt Fisher says, why did the koala get the job? Because he was qualified. I agree.
Amazing.
Hilarious. Anthony Hudak. Oh, you want me to read these while you do that?
Oh, no. It says, surprised by the Godzilla Infinity Roar announcement. Pairing Goji with Null was never a thing I knew I wanted. I only wish Cates could have written it.
Yeah. I didn't read it, so I had no idea that was a thing.
Oh.
Matt Fisher,
Godzilla's getting all over the place.
Yeah, Godzilla's getting a lot of play. Why don't scientists trust atoms because they make up everything? Love it. In a serious notes, I think they are ending the Ultimate Universe so Hickman can tell his full story and not pull a Krakoa. I mean, he didn't pull a Krakoa. He pulled a Krakoa in as much as he bailed, and other people did other things.
Well, he didn't. I wouldn't say that he bailed. I think it's more that he,
took his toys and left.
He was done. He was done with.
He
Krakoa.
was done.
He had a story to tell. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Young John Goodman says Miracle Man by Alan Moore on the couch ever. ComicPop Woo!
I'd love to do that. I would love to. I'm not in any way prepared for that.
Okay. Fair. fair.
Ryan Garcia says, I was hoping Marvel would announce a new Daredevil book at New York Comic Con. Now that Ahmed's run is over, very sad. It seems the book is on hiatus. I hope we don't have to wait too long for more Daredevil. I heard someone else make that same complaint, and I was like, really? Because I'm not surprised that Marvel has no plan. I'm glad that the new run is over. I hope that they take their time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe McKay has a cool Daredevil run. I don't know.
Who could know?
You know, and Chip's back, so maybe Chip could just come back and do more Daredevil.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know.
Kevin Kruger says, if you crossed over any Absolute and Ultimate books, which one would you use? I'd like to see Martian Manhunter and Spider-Man.
Interesting. That's an interesting pairing. I guess it's, Wonder Woman's a fantastic character, and I think she's like open-minded enough to cross over with anybody, so it'd probably be Wonder Woman and maybe the Ultimate X-Men.
I could see that, or Wonder Woman and Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah, that's the one that makes sense.
Especially with just
all the ruling and stuff like that.
All of that, or like with the Dora Milaje, who we all know I'm a fan of from the movie.
Right. Somber Shadow. So my buddies and I decided to make a DCKO a little more interesting by betting money on the brackets we were given at random. One of mine was Batman v Star Sapphire. Safe to say, I'm down $20. Yeah,
see, I don't know yet though, because they haven't really fought. So you may not be down $20 yet.
No, it's true.
That bracket may not have kicked in.
Yeah, I would wait until March.
Is that when the brackets are really?
That's when it's over.
Oh yeah, you have to sort it out there,
exactly.
Right?
Arduit says, would be open to a ComicPop hoodie? Also, coffee cup with jokes from the show. I need a Get on the Bone Throne cup. I like that too. Yeah, people did want a coffee cup. That's a big one.
Okay, all right. Like a coffee cup or like a travel mug.
I put coffee mug, so I think they meant like a porcelain one. But I think I'd rather do a travel one.
Well, I don't know. Some people don't want that. It all depends. Alex Sanchez says, been hearing a rumor for a bit that Bendis is set to return to Marvel and lead a new Ultimate Universe. Who knows? But I would be intrigued for sure.
Yeah,
that'd be some interesting timing.
I would buy it.
Definite.
I would not be surprised if they didn't do that. I don't know what book Bendis would have now. You know what I mean? Like, what do you give Bendis now that he's back? You can't. It's not X-Men because he did it already. It's not Avengers, even though you definitely give him Avengers. It's Avengers.
Yeah, I guess it's Avengers.
You cancel the new Avengers book and you bring back the new Avengers, like the real new Avengers, and you call it the real new Avengers.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you give him.
Maybe Fantastic Four, because he's never written that.
Sure, it could be that.
But I wouldn't want to read that. I'd be a little worried, But maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think New Avengers. I mean, like that's the smart move.
New Avengers is the way to go. Defenders, a book that
is just New Avengers, but even more street level somehow. Because that Defenders book was just like, oh man, that show synergy. Remember that?
Marvel Knights.
Yeah. Alex Sanchez has been hearing a rumor that he said that already.
I did that
Girk Bektas, did you see I9K Joker music video? Great homage to 89. No.
Oh, let's check it out.
I have no idea what that is.
Matt Fisher says, with editing that deletes half of my Marvel poll. I'm going to read this actually how it's written as opposed to what I said. With ultimate ending.
Ah, yes.
That deletes half of my Marvel poll list. Just Thor, Amazing Spider-Man, and both normal X books. Yeah. Well, at least I'll save some money. That happens though. Like I go back and forth as a person who reads Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm super DC heavy, sometimes I'm super Marvel heavy. Like it goes back and forth, and that's fine.
I agree.
Like when we were dealing with frickin' what was it? The I'll figure this out.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When we were dealing with the 5G of it all, and people were like, I'm off. I don't want to read this. I'm not a part of that. I don't want to be here for this. Right. Like a lot of people were like, I'm reading more Marvel. Like it goes back and forth.
Absolutely.
You never know.
No, yeah, that's true. Cat Lawyer Defend for Treats, going through old Batman the Animated Series comics, and I was surprised to see how many different artists worked on it, and all of them were so good while staying on model. I agree. Yeah, I was surprised. As a kid, I was like, oh, this must be Bruce Timm all over the place, and it's not. Well,
either they got artists who they could prove that they could do it, and they probably also had reference sheets where they're just like, this is what the characters look like. Yeah. Don't change it.
I agree.
Arduit says, I do love the shot at New 52 when the decorum describes it, and Nightwing's like, how'd that end up for us? Nope. LMAO.
Unless you ask Jeff Johns, in which case that was a separate universe. But yeah.
Oh, sure.
Bear Farmer.
Did you freaking, who was it? Was it Ambush Bug who's running?
I'm here too.
Yeah. In a line-wide event.
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well for me. And I'm like, are you a fourth wall breaker?
Yes. Ambush Bug. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In a purer world, Ambush Bug would be the Deadpool of the DC universe. Bear Farmer, can Tiff just write DCKO? Her version sounds way better. I agree.
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet. No, I can't do what he does. Dante Cook says, "Hey, ComicPop fam, when Absolute Wonder Woman and Regular Woman finally meet to team up, can you please let me know when that happens? Because it is all I want for the KO event. Thank you."
It's probably gonna be at the end,
right? And then I'll read the rest of this. Saying,
sure.
Dante Cook goes on to say, "Tiffany, do you think that you and Danielle will play Split Fiction together? I think you'll have a blast. Plus, the game design is bananas. I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I would love to do that.
But before that, Tiffany's gonna have to play.
Oh my gosh, that's
Phasmophobia
right.
on Thursday with the Dorkly crew.
I am. I'm very excited.
Yes.
I don't know like how
they would play that.
Yeah, like I don't know, and I'm like I play, but I don't play like a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't loop a ghost, is what I'm saying, folks. I can't loop a ghost.
You can bust it though.
No, you cannot in that game.
Oh. Hulkzilla says Constantine just kicks Annabelle in a well. I wish he would. Just twink. Get out of here.
Cheers.
It'd be amazing.
Bear Farmer back to say, I don't know. A Superman v Superman. Superman wins. A Batman v Batman. Batman wins. But a Wonder Woman v Wonder Woman. A Wonder Woman wins, and then finds a way to save a Clark and a Bruce, or from Clark and Bruce.
Yes.
Clark.
That's more or less just death metal.
Yeah, just the two of them being like, okay,
let's figure this out.
So obviously, Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I can kick your ass. I am.
I'm way better.
I'm way better at like every capacity, right? Like Cersei is like my surrogate mom, and taught me everything, and she's super awesome.
Yeah.
And your Cersei sucks. Sorry for you.
Sorry for you.
Totally embrace magic. Totally can kick ass. Got way more lassos than you. So anyway.
So that's my suggestion: is get more lassos, get magic.
So like, but I win.
Yep.
And now let's go solve the problem.
Exactly.
Solve for X.
Right. Bear Farmer says John Cena recently said that he wants to see Iron Man and Superman shake hands on screen and thinks it could happen. I think that if honestly, like I think that there was a closer version of a DC Marvel cinematic crossover than a comic book crossover until the Batman Deadpool of it all. Like, yes, they're bigger forces with more money at work who could make it happen.
Interesting. Hayden Hamilton says, my bro is visiting and we're watching the 1982 Hulk cartoon. Used to watch it on VHS at grandparents. Rick Jones is just a menace, allowed to access to military science lab. Sound effects got me jamming. MF Doom.
Nice.
Yeah,
I was not a big viewer of that cartoon. I watched Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends and the Spider-Man.
You watched Spider-Man?
Yeah.
What?
Those are my shows. I did not watch the Hulk show. Mostly because I was not around when that show existed. But when I was hunting that stuff, my options were like tapes that were reissues of those shows, and and those tapes were like $30 for like an episode or two, so like I could get like a really weird Spider-Man cartoon with like Spider-Man versus a fat guy in a onesie called the Gadgeteer, or I could try the Hulk cartoon. I'm getting the Gadgeteer. I'm sorry. Hulkzilla, so when is Dr. Druid joining Moon Knight's crew?
Never, please, then thank you. Heartless Fang says both DC and Marvel had vampire-centric events. Give us a werewolf event. Yes. Moon Knight or Night of the Moon Hunter.
Night of the Moon Hunter.
No.
You just sold it to a whole generation of people.
Stop giving him ideas.
Bear Farmer returns. Once the Ultimate Universe is done, I have no mainline Marvel books. They're nailing smaller runs and single stories, but nothing in the actual universe interests me. And yet every week I pick up X-Men thinking maybe this week. Yeah, not me.
That's very fair to feel like that. Like I'm still reading Moon Knight, but honestly, I think I'm really only reading Ultimate right now, which means that hopefully in the next few months they'll come up with something else that I'm excited for. But if not, I just take that as an opportunity to be like, all right, I'm just going to pick up a few more DC books then. Like if DC's got a bunch going on, then I'll give me an opportunity to just kind of dive into those or, to keep promoting power fantasy or read more of the IDW Dark books or, you know what I mean? Just take that opportunity. But it is wild to think how much of my Marvel reads are Ultimate.
Are in another universe.
Versus just being the standard universe.
What's the big book? Like it ain't Avengers.
Well, I'm not into X-Men run right now. No. I'm reading the Jeff books, but that's like,
oh, it's Jeff. Yeah,
and Jeff the Land Shark.
It does have no bearing on the universe,
right? Well, that's okay. It's like,
but it's
not every book has to have a bearing on the universe.
No, but like there's a window into it. Jeff doesn't show you what's going on in the Marvel universe.
for sure. So I definitely get you, Bear Farmer, for sure.
Luke says, great meeting you go with at NYCC. Thanks for confirming Abs Bat's height and weight. My question, did either of you purchase any cool things from the con? Actually, yes, we did. We bought a lot of cool things. Yeah. You bought some cool stuff.
I bought a bunch of art down in Artist Alley. I love going to Artist Alley. Not only just see like actual comic book artists, but to see other artists that maybe are just not working on comic books right now or have done a lot of cover works or whatever. It's like I bought a bunch of art down there. My wallet is definitely hurting. Yeah. I bought a couple of gifts for Sal, so I can't tell you what those are.
That's true.
He doesn't even know what they are, but he did have to carry them at one point.
I
because he didn't know they were in the bag.
I did. We bought a lot of comic books on the last day.
Yes.
And they were. I got the Venom Epic Collection, The Hunger, Iron Man Epic Collection, The Return of Tony Stark, Moon Knight Epic Collection, Butcher's Moon. You got Jim Henson's The Storyteller Ghosts, which is awesome. Yes. Titans Total Chaos, Heroes Reborn Captain America, Doctor Strange Epic Collection, I Dormammu, Wonder Man, the Saga of Simon Williams, Doctor Strange and the Secret Defenders, Fantastic Four Epic Collection, The Dream is Dead, and that's it.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was a lot of books.
It was a lot, and they were very heavy.
They were very heavy, and they were half price. So it was like
they were all half price trades, so it was very much worth the weight of it. But like we picked them up earlier.
Yeah,
in
we
our time on Sunday. No, but they wouldn't have been there.
Around. No,
they wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
So we were very happy with our purchases, but we basically just split them up
between
the two of us, and we're just like, this is fine.
Exactly.
We're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
Just some guy with a mustache saying, thank you for the fan meetups. Always cool to check in with you all and see some other members of the population. I always feel proud to be part of this community and NYCC. Well, thank you so much for coming as well. And again, like it's always like it's the highlight for us is to see members of the community. And
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Like you are truly a community. I was talking to someone, one of the members of the community in the line, and how they were chatting with someone in a line for us a couple years back.
Yeah.
And they're still friends with them.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's awesome.
That's
like,
everything I want.
That's it. I'm like, that's it. You did the thing.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
You did it.
Exactly.
Close it all down.
Bear Farmer says, Sal, or can we get a Mega Bonk run of Tiff on ComicPop Plays?
I just learned about what this is. It's a roguelike, and I do like those. It's like it combines elements of, listen to this, folks. Here's a pitch. It combines elements of Risk of Rain 2 and Vampire Survivors.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's happening.
Okay.
That is definitely happening.
Right.
I'm like losing my voice.
Yes,
it's like I didn't use it today, and because I didn't, because we were just like.
And the infamous Mike Manhattan, thoughts on the new Vertigo titles? That's an excellent question. We have a huge number of series from Vertigo, and we have some thoughts, but not too many. I mean, The Nice House by the Sea, duh. But there's a bunch. There's like, here we go. Here's your list. We got Bleeding Hearts from Dennis Camp, and Stipan Moreland, and I'm not gonna read them all.
Let me just take a peek.
Here they all are.
I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna look at this. There. Oh, 100 Bullets is back.
Yeah, 100 Bullets is back.
Oh, Rom V.
Yep.
And Mike Perkins. Very nice. That'll be good.
Yep.
Tom Taylor's doing one. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the one.
Uh-huh.
A Walking Shadow by Cy Spurrier and Aaron Campbell. It's an instant purchase for me.
Yes.
8 strangers wake up chained to a boat in the woods. No memory, no escape, no explanation. Put it on the pull list now.
Actually, that's a good point.
I want it. I want that.
Yeah.
That if you're not familiar, Simon Spurrier and Aaron Campbell are the duo who brought you Hellblazer and Hellblazer Dead in America. So yeah, that's for me. I'll check out the others absolutely the more I learn about them. I'm not super familiar with the 100 Bullets universe, so I may not be grabbing the Azzarello one. Chris Condon and be willing to give it a shot for sure. Just simply because of the fact that I like their Wolverine. I don't know, End of Life, Bleeding Hearts I could check out as well. You know, it's about a zombie. So
it's just great that there's so many effing Vertigo books. It's so funny because like less than a month ago
there were none.
I saw some online criticism where they're just like, boy, you should have announced that there was going to be some Vertigo, and there will be some Vertigo coming out at some point. And they're like, yeah, here it all is. It's like, oh, well, okay, great. Then I guess I'm excited. So yeah, I love that. I'm looking forward to seeing more. I will probably read some of them, if not at least one of them. I'm gonna try to read that Aaron Campbell book, just cause. But otherwise, I mean, huge announcements from New York Comic Con. I love how many of them were comic book related. I saw somebody comment, they're like, so New York Comic Con is the comic book convention and San Diego is just not anymore, right? And I'm like, more or less. New York Comic Con really delivered this year, and we had a wonderful time. It was amazing meeting all of you, and it was great just to kind of hang out and talk comics and live them. We got to go do a couple of like meetups afterwards, like some nightlife stuff, and it was really fun to do that as well and to reconnect with people. Overall it was a good weekend.
Absolutely, it
was night and day. I love going to San Diego, but I was like wrecked, and it was a lonely experience. I was in an unfamiliar city by myself, ill, and this was way more my speed.
Well, yeah, I mean, not for nothing, I do make sure you get from point A to point B. No,
this is true.
We got a couple more super chats before we go. First from Hayden Hamilton saying, thoughts on new Predator trailer. I feel like the new creatures take away from the fear of the OG alien being the ultimate hunter. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I can feel the Predator franchise going in another direction from what it really is, and I'm just happy that it's good. I'm thrilled also they're doing a double feature where they're going to release Prey in theaters along with it. So we should probably get tickets because you didn't get a chance to see Prey in theaters.
I did not.
No one did. I got to see it because I went to a screener, but like it's worth it. It's so cool. But I like it, and I'm happy that and the thing is, Predator's so versatile it could do anything. So they could be like, oh, we're gonna shake up this film series, and
an old lady on the wall?
Have it be like an old lady in the wall versus a Predator. What?
She's in the wall of Grandpa's bones.
Yes, and then Predator can make armor out of Grandpa's bones. And finally, one last one.
There's not one last one.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Zilly Goose says probably an easy answer, but what's your deeper thoughts on AI and comics art and DC's stance against it?
Boo to AI, machine learning, yay to DC, because Jim Lee was like, he addressed a whole room of people. He was like, we will never.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's right.
I don't like it. I don't care for it. I'm sorry if you're someone who likes AI generated imagery
content.
I don't support that.
Nope.
Especially in terms of art, as art is. It's just not something that I believe in whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend and hide that. I hope you don't take offense to that. If it's something that you
we're not going to say like you're stupid for liking it or that you support it, but I just know that we never will.
Nope.
Like, I'll never support it and I'll never want it.
Nope. Like, listen, if you're using an AI to help you plan your day, then fine, whatever.
Knock yourself out. Use AI to like plant your garden or do your grocery shopping. But like the second that you use AI to like write your symphonies, make your movies, draw your pictures, it's like, well, then what the hell are we doing? Why don't you have AI like have sex for you then? Like, just throw all the fun of life out the window and let a robot do it for you.
We have DanV900 saying, I thought DC crushed it with the announcements at New York Comic Con.
They did.
Don't love the Night Fight Tim Drake batsuit. It was so bright. Wish it was Titans Tomorrow, Tim.
Yeah, I agree that it should be Titans Tomorrow, Tim, but also everyone gets a new suit in Night Fight. They're like, everybody gets a new Batman suit. And I'm like, all right. And they want you to be able to look at it and go, I know who that one is.
Right.
Tim. Right. That one's Tim.
Right. Zilly Goose coming back to say, hell no, AI sucks, lol.
Good for you.
Heck yeah.
Agreed.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much to our super chatters for sponsoring today's shows. What a support.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And again, thanks to everybody who said hi to us or saw us at New York Comic Con. Hopefully, if you had a chance to get to New York Comic Con, hopefully you got to see everything you wanted to do and do your day the way you wanted to do. Because it's what I realized, everybody has a different interpretation of what their New York Comic Con day should look like.
Yes, everybody has a successful, like, what was my successful New York Comic Con? Looks completely different from one to one.
If you're a person who loves to go to panels and you got to go to all the panels, that's awesome. If you're someone who wants to, spend all day in Artist Alley and just get stuff signed, get signatures, that's dope. If you're somebody who wants to just go through long boxes, that's amazing. If you're somebody who likes to go and try out demos for games, yep, that's fantastic too. Or do cosplay photography, like, or boom. Like to cosplay yourself, like, that's awesome. Everyone's day looks differently, and I hope if you went, you had the best day you wanted to have. And I hope if you haven't had an opportunity to go, that you get a chance to go to one of these cons. I was talking to somebody about this, and I've come to the conclusion that every convention has its own personality. It really does. Like, next week is Baltimore Comic Con. Totally, and it's going to be a completely different show. Totally different personality. There's so many people that we actually saw who were creators at New York Comic Con, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Baltimore, how is that?" And we were like, "It's not this. Like, it's a very different kind of show. Very much more like almost like a sprawling Artist Alley. A lot of room." And so what I would say to you, though, is that if you ever went to a con and you didn't like the experience, or there's something, it doesn't mean you don't like cons. It just means maybe you didn't like that con. I'd give one more shot. Yeah, and a different one, not the same con again. Yes. I would do like a different show. Yep. But yeah, you'll hear us give our opinions about the conventions that we do go to. Hopefully, if we do see you or you see us, make sure to let us know and take a picture and hang out. It'll be fun. Absolutely. But yeah, thank you so much to our super chatters for sponsoring today's show. Thanks to the chat for being super respectful and cool in that chat with everybody. And of course, we'll see you guys next time with another episode. But before we go, Tiffany plays video games on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, typically on youtube.com at ComicPop Plays or twitch.tv/ComicPop, depending on which one you want to use. But this Thursday, she'll be playing with the Dorkly crew over on Dorkly. That's right. Yeah. Why would we do that? Dorkly has like 4 million subscribers. What the hell's that all about? Well, I do a podcast on that channel called This Week in Nerd History with Mike and AJ, where we talk about the nerd stuff all over the place. Yes, and Sal very nicely, like, because they asked if they wanted to do something for October, I think, and they wanted to play Phasmophobia, and they're like, anybody want to do that? And you're like, Tiffany wants to do I know that. Somebody who can play Phasmophobia. And it's it ain't me. They didn't ask me, and I said Tiffany. No, they were just like, does anybody play? And I'm like, I know who does. And she played Overcooked with them, taught them how to play Overcooked, and they had a great time. I think that's out there somewhere. You should check that out. It's a really fun conversation. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so check those out if you haven't already. And of course, if you would like a cool Comic Pop hat, go to comicpopshop.com and see what's available to purchase. I think that we have a couple of beanies and a couple of snapback baseball caps available still in the store. If you're of a mind, I ship those myself. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. I guess he's doing great. I'm trying. But hey, listen, we'll see you guys next time here on ComicPop Returns, and of course on youtube.com/ComicPop. Next this week, we're going back to Spectacular Spider-Man. I think it's the first time Spectacular Spidey's been on the couch. Ooh. So check out that one. It's very heavy. You were on it. Really good one. See you guys next week. I'm Sal. I'm Tiffany. So long, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.